A beautiful Saturday sunset here in Kelowna and the Montana's Brier. The champs are back. Got it. One. Yes. Hit down to two. My goodness, where did that come from? But with a different lineup, Brad Gushue has brought in another Brier winning skip. Brendan Botcher joined them in the fall. However, it hasn't been smooth sailing since the switch. So now can Team Canada rekindle their killer instinct here in Kelowna? Tonight, Jong and the home province will take on the reigning champion. It is BC. It is Team Canada. Draw 3, Montana's Brier continues. And we're expecting a good crowd on this Saturday night as Team Canada is on the ice, and Team Canada supporters waiting for the doors to open here at Prospera Place. Earlier today, we got our first look at teams in Pool B in our feature, Ontario against Quebec, and Sam Moybrook from Whitby. And this is in the second. Now, this is a rookie skip. Yeah, albeit he's a former university champion out of Laurier. But no fear at all. Look at that short angle raise, and you can count them up. Put 5 on the board. That blew it open earlier, and Quebec could never find their way back as Moybrook and Ontario are the winner. Elsewhere, it was McEwen, runner-up a year ago, wins by 2 over PEI. Nova Scotia's Purcell beats Clyder. Again, rookie skips. And Brad Jacobs looking very powerful, one of the favorites in the group, wins by 7 over Yukon. And so there you go. We've seen teams now on both pools, and tonight we'll go flipping back to Pool A. And on this Saturday night, we say hello Canada, welcome back to Kelowna. Day 2 coverage of the Montana's Brier. Joe's here. Russ is there. We'll hear from Kathy momentarily. What did you think of our first look at Pool B? I
was so impressed with Team Ontario. What a performance for their opening draw at their first ever Brier. So much composure. They have all the shots. They will be a team to watch.
We are expecting this place to be rocking. Why? Because you've got Team Canada against the hometown, home provincial team in Jong and BC. Now, we all know about Gushue. Change in the fall. E.J. Harnden out, Brendan Botcher in, and now they've made a brushing switch.
Yeah, and a good idea, because how do you replace E.J.'s brushing? But maybe they found a way here. All you simply have to do, and I thought they'd do it sooner, Botcher into the rings. He knows how to do that. He knows how to call line as well as anybody. Mark Nichols, one of the best brushers in our game. That makes this guy right here a lot more confident. They're a better team.
We mentioned that there are 5 rookie skips in this Brier. One of them is Cam DeYoung. Problem is, last night against Crothers in Manitoba, got into a hole early.
Yeah, they trailed by 4 early in that game, but I was really impressed with the grit. They dug their way back. It went all the way to 10 ends, and it pretty much ended up on last rock. You just cannot dig yourself into a hole against the top teams. You'll have to manage that risk early.
So that is our matchup when we come back. Team Canada, BC, and we are on a Saturday night in Kelowna.
It's 3 out of our 4's first Brier, so just the emotion that comes with that, and being the home province, it's just one of the most incredible feelings that I felt, and finally we've made that goal, and hopefully this is the first of many.
The last number of years, we got so comfortable at this event, and we knew what to expect and what we were going to feel in certain moments, and I think that comfort level and that confidence that we built has led to us being successful.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
Well, the building's already jumping as we feature teams in Pool A. The only team not on the ice, James Bratton from Oromocto, New Brunswick. With the other games, here's Kathy.
Well, Matt Dunstone and his new lineup looked very, very good in their victory last night. They'll take on the team that hasn't been on the ice. That's Shane Latimer from Nunavut. John Epping, well, this Northern Ontario team started out really strong, but it took an extra end to beat New Brunswick last night. They will have to be even better as they face Kevin Cooey, who played well but did lose last night. And finally, Reed Carruthers, another team that got up early but then had to throw the last rock. He takes on a fellow Manitoban, but now skipping Newfoundland and Labrador, Ty DeLello.
Time to meet the teams now, brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Team Canada from the Remax Center, St. John's Curling Club, the 6-time winner. Brad Gushue, backed up by Jeff Walker, Brendan Botcher, and Mark Nichols. The British Columbia champions, they hail from the Victoria Curling Club, skipped by Cam de Jong with Braden Carpenter, Corey Chester, and the veteran of the squad, two prior Briers, Alex Horvath, at third. And they're going to rely a lot on Mr. Horvath. Gushue has won the draw to the button, and he will play the red. BC will play the yellow. You can see the skipper is already out, Cam de Jong, trying to win BC's first Canadian championship since Greg McCauley back in the year 2000. And to get us underway, the lead for BC is Braden Carpenter.
BC was actually a plus in that game against Reed Carruthers. They got down 4-0, and they were the better team right to that bitter end. Tide coming home and couldn't pull off the steal.
Yeah, what got them down, it was just a missed draw that Cam was looking at 3 and gave up that steal. So you miss one shot, all of a sudden you're in a huge hole, and that was the difference.
Normal weight. This is my rock.
Okay.
Normal.
Jeff obviously doesn't have a match pair. He's been gifted one down the line. So he's saying this is his, meaning the other one's different.
Okay, you're on the nose.
And right on the nose. All right, let's check the keys to the game. We'll start with BC.
I think they'll want to be conservative early in this game. We heard from Alex Horvath before that they've actually had this problem throughout the season, trailing early and having to come back. So don't leave yourself looking at a lot of rocks. And home ice advantage. They had the crowd on their side last night. You assume it'll be a little bit more balanced because Team Canada has fans everywhere, but they need to embrace that moment.
And the keys for Team Canada.
Well, take out the crowd for Canada. That's a pretty obvious thing. Obviously easier said than done. Hammer's going to help here a little bit. But once BC scored, they got a nice deuce with a double. The place went crazy, and they played so well after that. So Gucci's got to be a little careful early and get the depth right. A long guard is, you might as well kick it off the sheet. You have to get them in tighter with all this big curl to make it useful.
Keys to the game brought to you by Scotty's Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. Okay, counterpoint to you and the conservative start by BC. Okay, delayed corner, up it goes. That's my thought, Russ, is that Team Canada is going to maybe take it to BC and take it to them early.
Yeah, for sure. The first rock was so good. It was right on the pin, and Gushue asked Jeff to hit it and roll away. He actually hit it dead on. But at least now it's out of the forfeit area and up comes the corner. It's kind of a safe way of doing it. I like it. There's no real reason. When you win the hammer and you throw a corner and leave the opposition with a rock in the button guarded, you're asking for trouble, especially in the first end. So it's a great way to do it.
And maybe just a little over curl.
I think, Joe, you and I have talked about it. I think with this massive late curl, this situation bodes well for the team with hammer because it's almost impossible to get that guard on perfect. It's either going to overcurl or undercurl by enough that a guy like Botcher could chase it.
Yeah, especially first end. Going away, the paths aren't quite as worn down, so it's really easy to see an overcurl like we saw here. Brendan's got an opportunity here to make a hit and roll and utilize that corner right away.
Nichols. And it won't get there. 5 rock rule, 10 ends. We have to pay a minimum of 8 during the round robin. 38 minutes ticking time. 1 60-second timeout. And the no tick rule, if that center guard is on, or the guard is on the center line, you can't touch it until the 5th rock has been played.
You watch Mark Nichols, once it was safely by the guard, Brad yelled and he carved that right over. It's a really good lineup this way with Mark brushing the extra 2.
This board? Yeah.
I guess the only thing is Mark's not in the house to see the line. Is that going to affect him a little bit? He was only 95% in his first game.
Yeah, and he's not a stranger to this. I think he's done it before.
Yeah. Yes,
A little hard.
Yes,
Whoa.
he has.
Curl. 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 Curl.
You got a sense?
Whoa. Whoa. Curl. 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 Roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Whoa. Great shot. Good.
How do you like that?
Call, Brad.
Okay. Braden, you. Okay.
You're out.
Is the in right? We're good.
Alex Horvath. Interestingly, he was by the boards and talking with Tyler before the game. And Tyler is on the ice playing with Kevin Cooey.
Nice start.
Good.
Yeah, what a momentum swing there.
Board?
Just
This should be
kills the
okay.
opportunity for two for Team Canada.
Sure, I got weight. Right?
Yep. Keep it up just a little.
A couple feet for sure. Weight's good.
A little hard right now.
Close, Jeff. It's close. Weight's close. Yep. Yes.
Oh. Yep. Yep. Yes. No roll. No roll.
And it will roll.
Ends up being a little light.
10-5.
Did that ever hook?
Okay. 10-5.
Interesting, this 06 was in Italy, in Pinerolo and Turin.
Okay.
And this next Olympics will be in Milan and Cortina.
Interesting, eh?
So back to Italy for the Olympics.
10.
Alex Horvath.
Whoa. Clean. Hair light. Whoa. Hair light. Whoa. Clean. Curl.
Yeah, and speaking of the Olympics, that's why we've seen such a revolving door on the men's lineups this year. They're all making the tweaks and trying to have the best lineup possible heading into the trials next year.
Yeah, Kathy, we chatted with Mark Nichols, and you asked him, have you ever seen this many changes?
And he said no, but to build on what Joe said, it's not enough anymore. Like to talk about, is this team good enough to win a Brier? Is this team good enough to win the trials? He said the teams that were making changes, them notably, it was about, is this team good enough to win the Worlds 2 weeks after we win a Brier? Is this team good enough to go up against Nicodine and Bruce Mowat and win the Olympics? It's not about being there, it's about winning. And they didn't feel that they were strong enough to do that, and that's why they made the change.
I was too patient. Sorry.
Just missed the call a little bit, trying to get the flip in behind the guard.
First one jumped and that didn't. So.
Yeah.
Interestingly, they were anticipating a little bit of a jump.
Yeah.
Threw it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're playing a hit and roll like that, we're talking less than an inch between the difference in those two shots, and it's just guessing dead on is hard to do. You had to protect, you had to get it by. Look at the ice taken here compared to Thunder Bay.
Yeah, and the chase shot was barely there. If you could see half a rock in Thunder Bay, and here they're making it look easy.
Just hot.
Former BC junior champ.
Good. Clean. Whoa. Hack. Clean. Whoa. Curl. Board. Curl. 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 Okay. Cut.
And it'll hang around.
Didn't get nearly as tight to the guard as you hope, but just beautiful weight hung it on the corner.
It's one of the trends that the teams will be watching for is first end or fresh path gets a little more curl, second on the path maybe a little faster, a little straighter, and by that third we saw very gradual. There was no concern early, there was no call for a carve, just didn't quite come up hog line in like we saw the other ones.
Yeah, this or the nose. Yeah, I know those are the options. Which one do you like? I like the nose personally, but if you're feeling
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Brad's trying this.
Do you want to roll in?
no, right on the nose.
Normal?
What was the initial call?
Initial call was the come around.
From that, with that kind of ice.
Rolls you roll way over.
Wow.
Try to generate a skips two in this situation. You utilize that guard.
Yeah, he hit about 6 feet, right? You're right, Vic. But
I think we can manipulate it both ways right now.
if you come around maybe top 8 and BC sticks the run back, you're forced.
Clean.
Yep.
Clean. Yep.
Hard.
Clean.
Clean.
Yep.
Yep. Hard.
Hard.
So this is the change. Nichols goes from being in the house
Good sweep.
to brushing now.
Good.
And
8-8.
Botcher
Good shot.
manages the rings while the Gushue throws.
When I was lucky enough to play with these guys in 06, I remember a story, Mark, down in a gym somewhere in Newfoundland. There were 2 or 3 NHL guys there,
I was fine with this.
and they stopped to watch him lift
I
weights.
feel like
The NHL guys, like he can, like we talked
I
EJ.
think we're the only team in the world that would ever think of drawing there.
Yeah, I know from when I played with testing, you can measure the pressure per square inch that you're putting on a brush with an instrumented brush. And I remember hearing that his numbers were out of this world. So you look at technique, you look at brush angle, and just a lot of downward pressure. This move makes a lot of sense.
Well, he does personal training, of course.
Right.
not that far off.
The only thing you wonder about, I don't think you can question Mark with the brushing, but the chemistry that Brad and Mark have, the longevity, and you can't just make that up or replace that.
No, very valid.
Yeah. His didn't go crazy, hey?
No.
Seen a couple of these, Kathy. This isn't super wide, but we watched a whiff from Nova Scotia. They seem to run pretty straight out here.
Yep.
Yeah, the outturn's far. If you set it at all, it's not going to do anything.
Clean. Clean.
Good.
Final stone. And away it goes. He had a thought, and the catcher waved him off.
Shot.
Yeah, thanks.
We put a blank on the board. Saturday night, Kelowna and Montana's Brier. Welcome back as we've are getting our second look now at teams in Pool A, and that's our feature. Gushue on the right, Jong on the left. Team Canada against British Columbia.
The broom is 1 foot outside edge of 12. Almost on the foam for this one.
Even top tee. You can curl a little. Whoa. Keep it above the tee, above the tee. Whoa. Keep it above the tee. Whoa. Top button. Okay, good shot.
Wow. Above the tee it is. Catches the top 4.
Good shot.
Nice shot.
I mean, they made it look easy, but that was really hard. I got a 13.8 on that, which is probably 6 feet harder than it is to the tee line in a cooked up path. That is impressive to get the line right and the weight.
Corey Chester. And again, the brush was just outside the 12-foot.
Line's good.
Weight's good. Line's good.
Line's great.
To it. Little bump.
Close line.
Small bump.
Yep. Little bump.
Weight's good.
Yep. Bumping.
No, we're not.
Keep the line. Whoa.
Very nice. Very nice.
Really good play.
All right, our first update. And the runner-up from 23 against our first look at Nunavut's Shane Latimer.
Well, Shane was facing 3 on his final stone. He did make a double and rolled out his shooter in the process. And so for Matt, already lying 1, this is an opportunity if he can draw to the 8-foot for 2.
Yeah.
Line's good.
Dunstone picking up a win yesterday against Kevin Cooey.
Room right now.
Wide open first half, and then they got busy.
13-8.
Okay. Hard, guys. Come on.
And we'll
The Brush
definitely,
brothers.
sorry, Victor, we'll just watch this sheet tonight. This is an outside sheet, and the heat from this afternoon may have an impact on this sheet later today.
The fucking missile I just threw.
Thanks, Kath. Yeah, that heat coming off the crowd seems to always affect. And one side more than the other just because of the closest to the stands.
Hard line. Hard line.
Hard line.
Hard line.
Top eat. Gotta go line.
Hard line. Line's good.
Hard, keep going.
Hard.
Whoa, good save.
Over curl, if anything.
Okay.
A little tighter.
Yeah,
Already seeing some of the teams when the crowd are up, seeing the hand signals being used by
Board.
Like just through.
players on other sheets.
Trying to hit about 3/4.
That couldn't have stopped in a worse spot because that frozen yellow, you can't get it out. Now you can.
Yeah.
It's just on the
Same kinda
perfect
weight I
angle
threw.
here to help Gushue.
That was a nice weight.
Certainly kick it out in the
They're
open.
able to keep the weight in it too. A little light.
Yep. Yep. Line. Yep. Yep.
A little light. And right away out of his hands, picked up by Walker. Here we go.
Hard.
Just through.
Hard, Jeff.
Trying to keep it off that guard.
Hard.
And he does. Oh, he just does. And he gets the separation and pushes the stone to the back edge of the button.
Jeff Walker
Good sweep
knew
shot.
that before he let it go. Screamed a little light, had his head down right at the
Little
hog
light,
line.
hey?
It's the only reason that thing gets by this red one.
Great sweep.
Okay.
Good action.
That plays, yeah.
Probably back line with sweeping.
Yeah.
Heavy high. Light.
Yep.
Back line.
Whoa.
Alex
Back line.
Horvath.
Yes.
Hair light. Whoa.
Whoa.
Been here twice before to the Brier.
Hard line.
Whoa.
And Cam DeYoung, Kathy says he's going to rely a lot on him. Just for those things that you don't expect. You know, the media, the autograph signs, going into the patch and meeting the fans.
Well, it is a balance between really getting the experience that of coming to the Brier and also remembering that the focus is the curling.
Hack weight. That was good hack last end.
You were. It was perfect.
Yeah, your weight was great.
Good.
Weight's good.
Whoa. Whoa. Weight's good. Whoa.
Mark Nichols.
Curl.
Hack.
Curl. Easy. Curl. Curl. Gotta
Botcher.
go, Brendan. Gotta go. Jeff on the red. Get the red spinning in for second shot.
Didn't spin it. And they're going to lose the shooter.
Pretty good weight.
Okay. Shoot, still not awful.
Pretty good weight.
All right, Kathy, bring us up to date in the other games.
Well, it is a blank in the Northern Ontario Cooey game, but it was not running it up and down. Some really good doubles made by both teams to lead to that blank. And Reed Carruthers making a run back on his final stone, hoped to blank, but stuck the shooter, and that's why he has a 1-0 lead.
Expect to see Alex Horvath really take some charge in the game, too. He'll make his voice known to the skip, DeYoung.
Got to let this stop. It's going to over curl.
Okay.
Did slow down.
A little light, sorry. It's kind of grabbing in my hand a little.
High, you kill the one in the middle. Open the other one up.
I think you might want to freeze.
But with so much movement,
Because if you
Joe,
miss
I mean,
that
those
run back,
guards
you're in big trouble.
aren't, or shouldn't they be
Well, you can
tighter?
both sides
I mean, you
of
can
it.
get around those kind of guards, can't you?
Yeah, ideally they would have liked to have swept that and brought it tighter. Line was just, it was narrow early, so the further you bring that rock, the more it's going to curl. So they had to just kind of leave it and sacrifice the
Same weight,
perfect
you're a
placement.
little wider.
This should be accessible as long as the weight's right.
Yeah, it's
Same
pretty
weight.
long guard considering the ice conditions.
Clean.
Nichols.
Clean. Yep.
Whoa!
Yes.
Same weight.
Yep!
Yeah,
Yep.
good.
Curl!
Hit hard.
Curl!
Heavy haft.
Curl! 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 Curl!
And you got to flip
roll,
too.
roll. Good shot.
Yeah,
Good
a
shot.
little bit
Good
too.
weight.
Goodness.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, really good.
To get the inside roll, if they knows that, you know BC's going to try to come down and get that inside roll right back. What a shot. Look at all this late movement here.
With quite a bit of weight to get the jump after it hits, too. Really good throw.
Well, you're first.
Must have to play the freeze now.
We were looking okay for most of it, but we could never quite make it
So if you're
perfect.
throwing it a little more aggressive, it's probably floating earlier.
Can you see enough of that yellow on the right-hand side, top 4, for BC to angle it onto shot rock?
In theory, but you're going to lose it. You'd have to throw a bullet. It's just going to go off the backside of the red and out of the rings, I would think.
Okay.
I can see the frost coming in already.
BC would be pretty happy right now if they can lock a freeze on here. It's really tough for Canada to get 2.
Mine's
This
good.
is absolutely the line to the button, obviously. So
Mine's
they
good.
it'll be nice speed here. Should be
Running good.
predictable.
No bump. Mine's good.
Weight's good.
Chester left, Carpenter right.
Mine's good. Mine's good. Yep. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh dear.
Fooled them a bit.
What, the fact that it died on them?
Yeah, they were thinking small bump, and I thought it would glide because it was in the slide
world,
path.
we're hitting it just a millimeter high.
Yeah,
hit it
shoot a
a little
roll
too
to
high,
center.
then we hit
There
the
you
deal.
miss ours, it's scary.
Yep.
I think you.
Throwing peel at it.
I think so.
All of a sudden,
Although, do we want the other one spinning out?
I'm fine with.
Just an easy peel.
Sure.
you could probably, if you hit this absolutely perfect, you could probably sit 4, Vic. Almost, they were looking at 2 a second ago.
What are you guys seeing here for curl? I'm going to throw like an easy peel. Yeah.
Yeah, if BC comes up late, but has good line, doesn't curl so much, they could have used that on Cam's last. Just that curl doesn't stop once it starts to go.
That was much harder. Yeah. Do you guys like that ice there?
You're throwing like 7.5 or 8?
8.
8?
I like
Okay.
that for 8. I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Brad Gushue in his first.
Whoa,
Trying the
curl,
run back.
Curl, clean, curl. Whoa.
Walker, here we go. Got it. Bang. Oh, and didn't quite
Yeah, get
move
it out
it
there,
far
get it out
enough as they spill that stone to the edge of the 8. Shot rock still, though, belongs to Team Canada.
Throw. No, curl, yeah.
Just a hair more curl.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Good toss.
And even lower.
Yeah. Without weight, I didn't realize it would be that dead if he hit it just off.
Okay.
Probably needed to throw a little harder there, too. It made some sense.
Yeah, and with the lighter weight, you don't know if that's going to finish or if it's just going to run straight down the sheet.
Yeah, you can give us a foot or 2, but
Still a lot of red in there.
same's close.
Just another freeze here.
Mm-hmm. The last one fooled him by a couple feet.
I got less break.
Go ahead then.
Final stone
good.
for BC
Mine's
skip.
good.
Cam DeYoung.
Room.
His team ranked
good,
number
though.
26 in the
Whoa,
country
room.
coming in.
Whoa. No bounce.
Gushue and the team have fallen to number 4.
You're bouncing a mile. No.
Uh-oh.
No. Okay.
Boy, that wasn't even close on the line. The weight was spot on.
That just jams into there. I don't think we're getting 2 that way.
Ours and get second.
No,
what I was
not
thinking.
unless we tap it to
Oh, trim
here
tap.
or here.
Yeah, that's then.
I think our best bet if we could squeak this.
Yeah, just draw through the
But we
port.
got to touch the black. See?
Yeah,
We get to
I
there.
think you can get to there.
You don't have to get close to that, so. No. I don't love that, Mark.
I don't love it either.
Okay.
Okay.
I like this draw.
It'll definitely curl it up.
We just want to absolutely squeak
As
this.
close to that 8 as we can, hey?
I had 13.8 on his.
Yeah, 13.7.
Not sure it's there, Joe, because you have to draw the button and get to the right side of shot rock. If you get to the left side of shot rock, you're not sitting 2.
I think Brad's got to be close out of his hand. If they have to sweep this for weight, they're going to kill the line. They just need to squeak the guard. I think it might just be there.
Oh, I think the port's there. It's just I'm not sure there's room once it hits the red.
This is, could dig a little bit as across
14,
the center.
Yeah,
14. I think 14 is okay.
Well, he threw the same turn in the draw to the button. It was within 4.2 centimeters.
Bit of room right now.
And you can see he was 100% against his
Room.
tie.
Room. Room.
Delello
Curl.
in last night's win.
Wait's good. T.
Curl.
Nichols.
Top button.
Curl. Curl.
Oh, you can
close.
drag
Wait's
this,
good.
fellas.
Curl.
They said you have to have the black.
Curl. Curl.
So they need a good piece of that black if they can get it there. And now you look. I don't think so from overhead. But we'll maybe measure.
I haven't looked at it yet.
Great shot either
It's
way.
just one, but what a shot.
That's
we'll measure it.
that's worth a measure for sure.
Overdo it?
It's close.
Called the curl maybe once or twice too much.
I don't know if you could have got it by the top one.
That's what I meant. There just wasn't any real estate to aim at. This had to curl less, which was hard to do. Great team shot, though, to be that accurate.
Okay. My bet is on yellow.
Me too.
Not betting.
I was told you have to bet.
Oh, really?
I got in trouble at the Scotties.
Wasn't the easiest shot in the world.
No, not at all.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
We're ready.
1 1/4.
The crowd tells you. We'll split the winnings. You get nothing over there.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can.
And it's just touching the line, so of course it cannot be moved until the 5th stone has been played. Welcome back on this Saturday night. Montana's Brier from Kelowna. And Gushue forced to the single after the measure. Has the early lead now as we go to the 3rd. And it is Cam DeJong from Victoria. 3rd straight year. Team from Victoria, the curling club, has represented BC. And he has the last rock. He has the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
Good hack. Hack weight's pretty normal, hey?
It is, yeah.
This team doesn't talk much about numbers. They use a stopwatch, but it's a lot. When it gets right down to it, it's a little more about the feel. We heard Walker say this is normal path, normal speed.
We're on the guard. We're on the guard. Let's put them both in the rings. Get them both in the rings.
And a split. And yeah, they'll get in.
Back 8.
Yeah.
Pretty good error.
Even nose isn't bad.
Way late.
Normal here.
If you can hit this absolutely dead on, it'll be in the free guard zone, and Gushue can't go after it.
Lots of weight.
Might be available for a split later in the end, too, for BC.
8-5 at least.
Yep.
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 Whoa, rolling in.
Okay. Good.
Heel.
Brendan Botcher.
Really hard, Jeff. Really hard. 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 Get over there. Okay.
All right, let's drop in on Manitoba against Newfoundland and Labrador.
In really big trouble for Newfoundland and Labrador in this end. Reed was lying 5 after his first. Ty made a double but rolled out. Reed drew in for 4. And he also protected shot Stone. This is a thin double to try to nut it and then score 1.
DeLello, who used to play with Ryan Weeb, who's here this week as well. And that will cost him 4. 5-0 Carruthers.
After 2, and that was a score for Moybrook as well this morning. If you're yellow, it's a good time to be on sheet D.
Think it catches?
That's my thought. Is
What do you think?
Man, nose looks close. I'd say it's a shade high.
Yeah,
Here.
I'm worried it's going under it.
If it catches, it only catches the bat.
Agreed.
If you hit it on the left-hand side, I think you make it.
A good solid board and kind of roll both of them over.
Yeah.
Roll it to here like this.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to take it on. It's just if it doesn't catch, then BC is going to split the rings. Those rocks will be really far apart. Might be running out of time to group them and get the double to get out of this if you're Gushue.
Yeah, patient strategy call here.
What you do is just let them draw the other side of the house.
yeah, the only other thing you do is hit the open one, right?
What weight are you throwing here? Because we got to make sure that one goes, eh?
Good board.
Yep.
You heard somebody yelled out hit the open one. That's a great option too.
Jeff Walker made a good point. He's got to hit the red and then the yellow, and the yellow has to move about 8 feet to get out of the ring, so is board enough weight to kill it.
Whoa.
Curl.
Yeah, Gushue played It Takes a Thief last night. And that will spin out.
Really good start from Team BC here, Joe. 93%.
Yeah, your weight was
Got an outside shot at a deuce here.
Corey Chester.
Whoa.
Hey.
Curl.
Carpenter. Now it's going to hang around though. And it won't.
You can't do that against Gushue. You just
Yeah,
can't.
and caught both teams there. Brendan's board waiter, they tried to make it curl the whole way. It rolled out high side, and I mean that was a pile of weight to throw it a hit, but that didn't do anything.
It's like you say, it's calmed down
Weight's
from the
good.
fresh pebble.
Yep.
Yeah, first end everything is curling like crazy once they break, but it does settle down, it seems.
I don't think this will hurt BC's feelings either. You know, you get a blank here, shorten the game, keep the crowd in it. You only need one error out of Gushue and you're in control of this thing.
Yeah, especially in this situation, each end BC gets more comfortable, and even these open takeouts, the teams go to school with these. They see how it runs, they get a feel for dialing in that weight. That's why I think we saw in the first end, Brad Gushue was thinking about coming around the center line guard and trying to generate a skips too. He wants to go after these teams that are less experienced in this environment.
It was 9-1.
All right, Kathy, still nothing to report there on sheet B.
Well, no, but again, it is not a situation of running it up and down. A couple of really good doubles by both Epping's team and Cooey to get themselves out of trouble that has led to the blank. And in the Nunavut game, the mistap by Latimer led to a steal. Matt up 3-0.
8-9.
That's hair more.
Whoa. Whoa. Just clean. Whoa. Whoa. Clean.
So up and down the sheet we go.
Wasn't going to be less.
Throwing him a little bit harder.
Is my weight in the first thing good? Yeah. Yeah, I think I had 8.8 on it. Okay. Little less.
Clean.
Weight's good.
Clean. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Clean.
I think it's reasonably straight there, eh?
8.7.
Doesn't go crazy.
So Team Canada opens with a win over Tyler DeLello last night, now playing BC. This is the rest of the schedule for Gushue in a very deep Pool A. And the thought being, of course, interestingly enough, Gushue, I think it's fair to say, is not a favorite this year. It comes in as the number 4 seed in the country. So it's a very deep field on Pool A.
Yeah, one thing you always come back to at a Brier, though, especially in the last 6 or 7 years, is Brad is so comfortable once he gets to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's
so this team gets through the pool here. They start building towards that final weekend, and you know that they'll play any team tough.
And again, they dropped it last night to Carruthers, and the problem is they got down early. Now Gushue, you've got Dunstone who's going to be a favorite. We don't know, will Cooey bounce back after last year's disappointment? Just who gets that 3rd spot? That's the key.
Curl! Curl! Hard! Hard! Nope.
Uh-oh.
That's a good illustration of how much it's straightened out. Everybody was over curling on the end one out turns by a lot. Remember the couple of hit and rolls?
I had 8.7 and 8.8.
That fooled him.
Okay.
Find a spot on these blanks that you don't know you haven't played yet, or maybe a turn you want to throw. Maybe you threw a bad one the day before or something. Try to get something out of this blank.
Jong gets a free one, and through it goes. So we'll put a blank on the board here in 3. It remains Team Canada up by 1. Here we go. Draw for a couple. Cut it over. You're going to get there? Oh, he is. That's 2 honeys.
Good way.
What an opportunity. The split here for a possible 3. Bump that one. Oh, you got it in. There it is for 3. Looks like Saskatchewan is sitting 3, which would tie it. What do you got? Get it by that one now, 2. They did, and move it far enough. Oh, goodness. Canada in a spot to possibly get 2. Got it. 1. Yes, hit down to 2. My goodness, where did that come from? Short run back. Can you score a couple here? Clean it. And there are 2 more. And it's a win and a 6th Canadian championship for Brad Gushue. And it's, when you see all those smiling faces, it's hard to believe that they would be forced to make a change, but they did. And Brendan Botcher comes in for E.J. Harnden. And Botcher, of course, brings those 3 silvers. Then the bubble Brier win. And then, of course, he's tossed aside by his team in Alberta. Jacobs taking over there. It's a story in itself. But the other interesting thing here is, as we welcome you back, and the blank means that BC once again has last rock playing the Yellowstones. So there's Mark Nichols brushing with Jeff Walker. This is only the 3rd game that those 2 are side by side, Kathy.
Well, and the reality is you can't put Brendan against the top brushers out here because he's not done that his whole career. He has skipped, and so they tried to keep the chemistry of Mark and Brad But as Mark said, you know, they weren't particularly happy with their last slam event. They went 0-4, and he thought they were close, but they were missing shots that they would make with two really strong brushers. So they made the change. He just said, we don't ever want to walk away from this event, this Brier, if we don't win and say we didn't try every combination. But it is new.
And he said they tried everything they could to get EJ on board, and it just wasn't going to work. So that's why they make the change.
Solid board, 10.
Yeah, they snapped it with that opening draw win.
You don't see that too often from Gushue.
No.
10. Whoa. Yep. Just board.
Yeah, I don't think anybody
Just board.
criticized the botcher move. Like you look at that board you just had up there. You had second, first, and 4 Briers at skip. You'd have to say he was the best curler in the country, including Gushue. So to get the opportunity to have him join your team at second stone, keep the dynamic duo in the back end together, it all made sense. But the brushing is just so absolutely crucial now, and they realized in a hurry that that wasn't working. It's that simple.
Normal.
Gushue plays so many soft shots and little hack waiters, and it's nice to have somebody carving it left and right.
Well, and also not to have even an off season to try to build and muscle and get into that sweeping form and do some off ice brushing stuff. Like Brendan had no opportunity to work through anything in that respect. I mean, they're kind of building the plane while it's flying here, and definitely in this situation, you've got to imagine Brendan's still adjusting to throwing second rocks, not seeing all the rocks come at him. Now he's got to adjust to his dynamic with Brad in the house and the call line for Brad Gushue. There's a lot of change happening on Team Canada as we speak.
BC hangs one on the edge, so there's a couple of yellows in there. And they do have last rock here in the fourth.
Normal, isn't it? Yeah, normal. Similar to, should run similar to the out turns over here.
This end's going to be a hitting contest now. For BC to get their 2, they need a hit and roll out at some point, or a couple doubles.
Yeah, you wonder if they might switch gears and just try to make a freeze and generate, but they might be a little gun shy after last night. They left some of their opposition stones in play. That's how they ended up giving up a big steal and being in that hole.
Good shot. Okay. All right, here you go.
Nice little chance now with the 2 at the back. That could help you. Could throw really soft weight here, roll deep. Back 4, back 8.
Alex Horvath.
Control.
Oh, and they'll roll it over. Not quite underneath.
But left the bright piece open, Vic. It's a tricky chase to hit the left half of that, not jam.
I think you can get it here low. He flats it, and that comes here. If you nose it, he's got to deal with it too, even if we jam it back there.
Valid point.
Just through. Yeah.
It's tricky to get across the face here, obviously. It's slightly tucked underneath the guard.
Yeah, it just seems like it's not quite snapping as much as before. BC did throw quite a bit of weight for that hit and roll to get the speed on the thrown rock. This should finish up there.
Mark's got a pretty soft out turn. They do seem to go for him more than Brad.
Little heavy, easy hack.
Got to get it over the line.
Jeff Walker trying to help it. And there's the stuff at the back.
We'll have to hear what they say. I'm just guessing a hair too much ice because nobody said anything. The weight wasn't that big.
It's a speed.
Just a little hard, yeah. He didn't.
Just a foot or 2, yeah.
They did call a pretty early carve on that, though, so it might have been a little too much ice or a little wide.
I think so.
Control.
Just seemed like in the second and they couldn't stop anything from curling once it started, and now it's just settled down. It's not that it's not curling, it's just not as aggressive as before.
And they all see it. Can you believe it? Hard. Oh, great shot.
And it is underneath now.
Never hard.
Vic, you take away the 4-0 start against Reed Crothers, and this team's just making everything.
Very sharp.
3 feet more than the draw. I think you just need 3 more feet than the draw of the button. It's getting pretty good. Every rock seems to get a little better.
If you ever chopped off shot rock here enough that it's wide open, there'd be a double to sit 4. You want to miss this if you're the brushers here. It's got to be light, not heavy.
Yeah, just got to make sure they get around the guard. Half in the 4-foot still narrows down the scoring area.
Line's good.
Yeah, I got back 4.
Whoa.
Brad Gushue in his first.
Whoa.
As we play here in 4.
Back 4.
Room. Curl.
It's there.
Curl.
Jeff Walker to help it over.
Hard, Jeff. Hard. You're working it. Go. You're good now. You're good.
And
shot.
my. Not sure. That's a close one.
I think it looks like it's still yellow, but what an effort there to get that to curl.
Well, yeah, that was heavy all day. The whole team decided it was heavy, and they made it perfect with the brushing.
14-2 is what I got, but it kind of greased that side of the sheet this whole end.
Think this will curl a little bit for you? Yeah, okay.
Don't mind it.
Yeah.
Trying to run it straight back, hit it at 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems pretty precise. A little bit of an undercurl. You're running red onto yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Could leave the shooter in the way.
Yeah, I'll line it up, bud.
Still like the call. Try to open up the button.
Carpenter, here we go. Run it back. Oh, and he just will kill his own. He just missed the Team Canada stone, top of the button.
That was so close to a potential big score here. If you double off the red there, you're the guard's out of the way too. That was hard to do.
Brian Mickey is the coach of this team from Victoria. He was part of Greg McCauley's championship team, Canadian and World Championship in 2000.
It's going to be a difficult score now, Joanne.
I was about to say the same
Line
thing. Where De Jong's shooter rolled to it, blocks the other side of the button for the draw.
Room.
He played such a good end too.
Yeah.
He might have to try another run back, huh?
Yeah, and you hate to do that with any weight with all the red in there.
Well, just bite the 12-foot. Just bite the 12-foot. Just bite the 12-foot.
That's good.
Very good.
Oh dear.
Can't roll that in. Good.
Is there enough room to run the yellow back?
Yes, there is, but
It's against 3.
yeah, you throw any weight and you miss it, it's 4-0. I would think if they raise it, it's with a backline weight or something.
It's quicker. It's a little straighter. Like, because my hack waiter curl a lot to start the end, and then they threw it, and it just seemed to be a little straighter.
One of those situations, Joe, where you
81 on the first.
Yeah.
you just try to draw the edge of the button. If you give up a steal of 1, you're happy.
Yeah, exactly. Might be able to get shot here right on the tee line. It looks really tough, but I think BC is going to just be happy to give up a steal of 1 here.
Yeah, they're in uncharted ice here too. He'd be very happy to give up 1.
And now
That's right,
you
2
have
ends
to
ago.
as well, if you're Cam de Jong, park that run back. Park what just happened to you.
Yeah, because he didn't miss it by much, just a 1/4 inch higher.
Close.
He threw tons of weight, which
Pop outs.
should be a good thing.
Facing 3.
Close.
Shot rocked just off center line,
Weight's
biting
good.
the top of the button.
Back button. Back 4.
And Chester, Carpenter back
Still
away.
back 4.
They're going to hook around here. They're going to spin in. Not quite.
Not that close, to be honest.
It's a steal of 1. One shot, one mistake turns into a steal of 1. Gushue. Jeff Walker's already worked up a little bit of a sweat as we welcome you back to Kelowna on this Saturday night. Montana's Brier. And Team Canada leads it 2-0 after that steal of 1 in the fourth. You have to think it was just a bit of a bad break too. The run back didn't work out for Jong, and then he just missed the draw to the button. Wouldn't gear off and catch it. So it's 2-0 Team Canada, and once again here in 5 it'll be British Columbia. Cam de Jong with last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones.
What a great effort from Cameron, just to cut them to 1. But I think if they brush that at all, they make it. It looked coming in the rings. Everybody thought it was back 8. It put the brakes on, made a turn, and just rubbed the guard. Really good try.
Yeah.
Again, BC played a wonderful end there.
That was my first thought, yeah.
Top 12.
14-8 on his. Okay.
Yeah.
It's only going to be a little better.
15 will get me close.
Yep.
These teams like Gushue that play on Brier ice year after year after year, you just heard them say it's going to be that 1-2 feet faster than the previous rock
Top 12.
because of that dusting of frost, and it's just starting to warm up as you use it.
Just short of the ring. Hey.
Well, the other piece too for Brendan, he's learning to throw to tolerance now. As a skip, you rarely ever have tolerance to work with, but in that second position, anything frozen, top 8, top 12, tight, that all plays in this situation.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, 7/8 high.
Northern Ontario with the lead as we pick up play in 4, and it is Kevin Cooey with last rock.
Well, that red stone that you see is John's final draw. Draw weight has been a huge issue for the Cooey team. Last end, Tyler, Zlachinski, Cooey, all very heavy. Cooey had a chance to draw to lie 3. It's biting the back, and it is 4th shot. But if he can touch this stone out of the house and stick around, 3 is on the table.
Curl. 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 Hard on this. Hard on this.
No, it won't sit down for him, and they
Shot.
push it far enough. They do. And that'll be a couple to tie it at 2.
Just over brush that fraction.
Nice run back on our sheet made by Corey Chester.
Good shot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 4 corner, yeah. 4 corner, yeah. Okay, corner.
Teams do a wonderful job now because the rocks are so lively and the surface is so good. Hitting that Vic, and even if you roll over and sit 2 and there's no double, eventually there will be. So they just going to leave it there. It's in a wonderful spot, that angle freeze. Just going to go over to the open side, throw up a corner guard, try to generate 2 that way. It's an interesting play that was never done years ago, ever. But it's the way to go. It's so hard to control a 2 at this level.
That's good. Better than yours.
You want to wait till later in the end, honestly, if it skips first.
Once at least.
So play it through. Brad, how do you hit that yellow one and stay? It's impossible.
Clean. Good.
So if you could prolong this, if you could get Gushue to play along, I don't think he will, but then with Skipper's last BC first rock, he hits that, rolls away. There's no double. Gushue's only got one chance.
Throwing the perfect game, Alex Horvath.
Room.
Line's good.
It's pretty high right now.
Room.
Okay, yeah.
Line's good.
Got 2/3.
Line's fine.
Just pass your broom.
Get up.
Corner
Kathy.
probably does it, Mark.
Well, Dunstone is putting a lot of pressure on the Nunavut team, who again is their first time out here this event, and really high degree of difficulty, but he did score one in the last end. And the Carruthers team is throwing everything at Ty DeLello and this Newfoundland Labrador team, and his degree of difficulty, Ty's I'm talking about, just really, really high and just not able to connect.
Oh. Surgery.
Very good.
As it just picks it off the face.
So that's the theory. Now they've got the corner guard. Even though all that stuff was made, everything's been made since this decision to throw the corner by Team Gushue, but now you still have a chance for two. Hide around the corner here.
I liked it.
Felt there to me.
Yeah, we can
Top
wait.
four.
Close.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Top 14.
T-line.
Whoa, then.
Oh,
Line's good.
Bit of room.
T-line. Line's good.
Line's good.
T-line.
Top 4.
Bit of room.
Room.
Oh,
Top four.
that'll finish all day.
Yeah,
Whoa.
right in.
Whoa.
Good judge.
Really important, Joanne, isn't it, to not go T-line, because it just gives the other team a better chance to chase it.
You think you can dig that out or not?
Like a lot to get it out.
I don't.
Hack weight.
I think they're going to try
They're
to.
going to give it a try. I thought they're going to draw.
That looks like a ton of ice, though.
Doesn't it?
I thought they might be coming around everything and try to sit two, or even just weld it on the side.
But now on that intern side, you got Mark Nichols carving it over instead of Brendan Botcher. Could make a difference. It's sunk, though, isn't it?
You like that better?
They could have gone an inch or two farther, because it's. But the fact that it's so high makes this hard.
Clean. Little heavy. Whoa, whoa.
Once they know it's through, Nichols will be all over this thing.
Weight's good.
Clean. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got to keep it off the guard first, though.
Curl.
Now,
You're good,
they
you're good.
did, and look at this. Oh, goodness.
Good shot.
Good call, Brendan.
Real perfect weight.
Great weight. Good.
Good shot.
The managing of that stone.
Oh, great shot. Yeah, good call. Thanks.
Yeah, that was incredible. Especially Brendan. I mean, he hasn't held the broom for Brad. This is his third game.
Yeah, that's right.
Worst case,
Just
you don't want to be right off.
pristine weight.
Roll on top, yeah, sure.
Even if they're
Yeah, to get that curl past the guard, that was really hard.
Yeah.
Mark didn't
Yeah,
really
give me
have
the
to help
speed.
that much either. That was a good throw by the skipper.
Just going to bang and get out of this, do you think?
I think I heard hit and roll on top, Vic.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could roll right out onto the nose.
Sure.
It's not the easiest peel.
Good. Control. Yep. Clean. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Carpenter.
Hard.
Here we go. Roll it up on top. Oh, and he'll just spin slightly by.
Real close.
Think you ever just try to nose
good
it?
speed.
You could also hit it on, like, right on the nose.
Yeah, that's. I don't mind that.
a little cute.
Yeah.
But
The only problem is if we just miss it.
sure.
Well, it still makes it harder though, Brendan. Like if we're there,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you know.
It's not a gimme.
I like that idea better.
Okay.
Let's err that way as opposed to obviously
Oh,
going.
for sure.
Because if I'm going to throw it, I'm going to throw board here.
Yep.
So
Yep.
like it.
If you roll a inch or so to our left. It's the easiest double in the world, but you can't get the shooter to roll out because you have to hit it dead on to do that.
If I happen to hit it a hair high, it should make it a tough double.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
The other options hit the yellow roll way across to our right.
what do you think of that?
Air high, you said?
No, right on the nose.
Yeah,
Jeff.
nose is great. Yeah.
Whatever the result,
So
you
it's
just
like
want them to be
like
facing
heavy
two,
hack, yeah.
right?
Well, try to get an angle that
Yeah.
you're not too worried if BC makes a double, but you want them to be forced.
Yeah, don't leave the double and roll out.
Right,
Blank
that's-
out of nowhere here.
Right.
Final stone, Brad Gushue, as we play here in 5.
Quiet! Yep! Clean! Whoa!
Clean!
Whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa! Clean! Clean!
That one.
Oh, yeah, great shot.
Good shot.
And that's, I'm not sure if they expected to touch the red one on the way by.
That's good, though, Beck. It separates them, and there is no double.
Doesn't make any sense out here. Because everything is climbing harder than it looks.
Yeah, like that did not look hard.
No, I know.
10-1.
Everything's harder than it looks.
Time at 10-1, but it never looks like it's
Oh,
hard.
no, gosh.
They're saying
Good
it.
call.
He threw
Good
it 10-1, but it looked like he'd thrown it way harder than that. That's the frost, in my opinion. Now you need this one.
Absolutely. Down by a couple. Love to score before the break. Final stone, Cam DeYoung from Victoria. Get the crowd back into it. They've been rather quiet.
Curl.
Chester, look out. And that will do. We'll go to break. Team Canada leads it 2-1.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By Home Hardware, here's how. By Scotty's, Canada's #1 facial tissue brand. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Well, we often say nothing is safe, and when you can manage a stone like this, throw a stone like this, and you've got Botcher calling line.
Yeah, these chase shots, they're such a team shot. Perfect weight out of Brad's hand, well thrown. Brendan managing that line call and Jeff Walker on the brush. That was a huge difference. BC was threatening at a simple 2 the entire end, and this shut it right down.
Led to the force of a single. The key shot brought to you by BKT Tires. Growing together.
Oh, great shot.
Which leads us to the numbers after 5.
Yeah, in the second end, Team Canada maybe had a shot for 2, and Brad just missed it by maybe a matter of centimeters. And that steal in the fourth, we saw Cam Jong just missed his run back in the worst way possible and really didn't have a shot to score his one. And you can see that drop percentage for Brad Gushue from Team Canada would just be from that one narrow miss. He does have the edge on Cam Jong.
Yeah, he threw 95% last night to Gushue, but he's at 83 now. Numbers after 5 are brought to you by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
Always love representing Nova Scotia and representing what we stand for and the grit and the hard work and all of the training that goes into being the best versions of ourselves that we can be. I'm really just excited to get started.
We've got 4 guys who try to throw the rock similar. We've got great team dynamics, good brushing. Being our second year has given us a little bit more of a baseline to improve on.
And that will be the feature game. Make a note of the time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Kathy Bryan will have last year's runner-up Mike McEwen against Owen Purcell from the Halifax Curling Club. Both of them coming in with opening draw wins this afternoon. 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. We begin 3 draws a day. Saturday night, Kelowna and the Montana's Brier. And after that single by BC, we go to 6-2-1. Team Canada leads it. And they have the last rock. Gushue Has the hammer playing the Redstones.
And he's got the touch. You know, you wonder if it is the brushing difference, but that fully buried rock, top 8 foot, Joanne, he not only got it out, he hardly rolled. He wasn't even close to rolling out.
Yeah, and it wasn't like the guard was that long.
No.
It was about 2/3 depth.
Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Yep! Yes!
Can make anything out here.
Hard! Hard! Whoa! Curl! Curl! Curl, Mark! Curl! 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 Yep! 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 Sugar. Okay. Good weight. 10-3. Okay.
Okay, in. T-line, similar over here.
Yeah, it's good speed.
Four sheets in play, as it is throughout round robin here at Prospera Place.
Line's good. It's close.
Hard line.
Line's good.
Corey Chester.
Nice little pocket for Team BC to work with here.
Looks light.
Top 4. Yep. Top button, T-line. Top button. It's good stuff.
Nice judgment, Joanne. So many front ends would sweep that early, knowing they had backing.
Well, even in the situation, trailing by 1 without hammer, that rock has to be there. It can't be top 8, top 12. They wanted to outcount the Team Canada Stones. Really good patience.
Clean.
Brendan Botcher will just peel off that center guard.
Okay.
Sew it up. Can show him a piece on braid side is fine.
This side.
All right.
So these are the shots with all that late movement. Sweepers have to do a really good job of letting the person calling line know where it is.
Half. Straight.
Just move sideways in the last
Line's good.
6 or 8
Half.
feet.
Line's good.
Just half. Curl. Curl.
Boy, they got to drag it here to get it to the line.
Hard. Keep going. Keep going, Braden. Keep going. Push up.
Braden Carpenter with the late licks.
If that rock
be
is
the best chance
6
to
inches
mess it
deeper, the line is perfect.
Half.
Small half.
Little thicker than half.
A little thicker than half. Okay.
Nice and hard.
This is really tough to. You have for Brendan to get this yellow one out. He has to hit the right hand red first and as thin as possible. If he hits the left hand one, it's going nowhere.
Whoa. Clean. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Good shot.
Just perfect.
Especially to jiggle the back red over to the other side of the center line. Now it's not acting as a catcher around that center.
A shot like that, though, that wouldn't be his comfort zone, would it? That up kind of weight for somebody like.
Oh yeah, he can throw it. He likes those. He really does. He probably didn't throw it nearly as much as he will now because he was the skip, but he's made some high hard ones in the past.
Yeah, I'd say that was for sure one of his strengths as a skip. By just the pre-shot. Normally he puts his own broom down. He slides all the way down the sheet. He's got lots of time, and he's definitely tightened up his pre-shot. He's throwing fast to make sure that they're saving time with the front end rocks.
What a great throw. I didn't think he could. I knew he could wiggle it through, but I thought he might lose both of his.
Sweet. Word.
Like that low 10s.
Yeah.
Weight's good.
Clean.
10.
Whoa. Whoa.
Clean.
Curl. Whoa. Curl. 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 Curl.
Watch the roll. Right over. Right over. Right over. Good shot.
Not really anything set up here for Gushue, so keep it away from that guard.
Yeah, maybe if you see a nose here, he might be tempted to utilize that off-center guard. 6th end is a nice time to score, so you might as well score a couple.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Curl. Curl. Clean.
Shot.
Same way.
I was a little.
No, I was sweeping it at the hog line.
Same weight.
Okay?
It did, yeah. Yeah.
He said same weight.
Okay.
Little less.
Yeah, a little less.
Yep.
Clean.
Yep.
Yes!
Little less.
Hard.
Hard, Jeff.
Jeff
To
Walker.
it, Jeff. Right to it. Good throw, Mark. Shot.
Yeah, I mean, if we roll in.
Kathy, what a mess.
Yeah, you're not wrong. A lot of time in this end. Cooey's final stone was trying to play the back stone just underneath Jacob. Missed everything and went through. And so John's trying to play an angle to score multiple points.
In his fourth Brier appearance. And he does. Look at that. 1, 2, and 3.
Almost 4.
Just spun away. So Epping to lead going to the break. Cooey already dropped 1, trying to rebound from a 2 and 6. Brier last year in Regina. In danger at this moment to dropping his first 2 here. Carpenter.
Oh, didn't want to do that.
Agreed.
Definitely draw here.
Yeah, there was no panic out of his hand.
No.
And just straighter than expected.
Hey?
Yeah.
I think it's just what we talked about before. It was such a violent curl in practice, and maybe the first end and a half or two until you
14.
get a couple down, a couple brooms down, and it's just fooling these this rookie team.
There's also 3 nose hits in a row in the wing, so it might have gotten straighter with every one. And this is a great opportunity for Brad Gushue.
No.
Yeah, I don't.
That was top 12. Yeah,
Top
I
12?
think you need like 4 more feet. Okay, you should be good.
Line's good.
The amount of curl.
You got
Easy,
top 4 on its
easy.
own. Well then,
T-line.
on its own.
Room.
Back 4.
Room.
To get behind that stone, which is on the other side of the center line.
Room.
Back 4.
Plus, you've
Coming
got
down.
Jeff from here on in if they have to. It looks like it's going to overcurl, if anything.
Go a little bit. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Hey,
Go ahead,
Cooper,
go ahead,
and
go ahead,
deep
go
they
ahead,
go.
Go ahead.
Keep
And
going.
it does
You're
pop.
wide open there. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a magnificent curl.
13-7.
Read it like that one back. And the line's perfect. You just threw it too heavy.
You don't like kind of freeze it?
I don't think so. It's wide open.
Okay.
Hack? Heavy hack?
Taking a bit of a chance on the freeze, aren't they? Like
High 11.
you can accomplish the same thing with a hit and roll here
Like that?
with no risk.
Yeah, this should have enough time to curl past the guard. Try to get totally buried, and there's no blank.
Right.
Heavy hack? Heavy hack.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, any error, if you make a freeze attempt, all of a sudden Canada gets 2 and the game is out of reach.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, give me hack. Let's make it.
Yeah. It's tough when you're down to make those decisions, too. I think this is a clever call.
Final stone for BC and Cam DeYoung.
Hack. Yep. Yep. Hack. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Hard. Hard.
No. They could not save it. Dear. The mistakes have cost him. Cost this team.
Yeah, that's true. And then kind of an unforced mistake there.
The run back. Killed all his stones.
Yeah, and they're not a mile off of it by any means. It's whiskered the guard there, slightly off with the run back, and Canada's going to take a 3-point lead here right away.
Do you think he got it started, didn't take enough ice?
Maybe all those things are a pound light. With this much curl, your speed is the real issue at the far end.
Top four.
Let's just see what we can do with this.
Sure,
Line's good.
It's
quiets the crowd.
14-5.
BC fans haven't had a lot to cheer.
Good stuff.
But Team Canada fans have. They'll add 2 more. Skip Stone's here in 3. Rachel Holman. Flurry on the line call. Gonna get it? Got it for sure. And leaves it on the edge. Trying to pick Carrie Anderson's pocket. Oh, what do you know? Look at that. Shot. Nothing safe. Final stone. For Carrie Anderson. Really gotta go. Did she pull the string on this?
Keep going.
Oh. And it'll be a steal of 2 more. Needs a little magic. Staying with it. Have you got the 2? Oh, no, you will not. You'll slide right through. And congratulations, Rachel Holman and the Holman Empire win the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. Yeah, now it's on to the World Women's Championship, and the familiar names are there. China is back after coming out of the B pool and working their way back. From DuPont to Constantini. Lithuania as well. Rorvik, Jackson, Hasselborg, Tirinzoni will represent Switzerland despite not winning their national championship. Yildiz and Peterson. And that, of course, is all part of our season of champions. Four to 1. Team Canada leads it as we go to 7. BC. Cam Jong with last rock. Has the hammer playing the Yellowstone. Missed last shot. Opens the door to the draw for 2.
I got lots.
Line's good.
Wait there right now.
Had to be underthrown a little bit and they got mesmerized by the line because it was just as Joe said in the commercial break. There was just no panic on the line call until it was too late.
Yeah, my other thought is just second half of the game. You can see the frost on the screen, even though the draw weight still seems to be running nicely. But if there's some frost and there's nobody even cleaning it, it can grab and go in a hurry. We saw that on Cam's attempted draw for 1 when they gave up the steal. Sweepers thought it was heavy. They thought there was tons of line. All of a sudden, it just took a turn and ground to a halt. So might be the surface a bit, just needing to have a broom down, or it could be his rock.
Could be that puck, yeah.
And it's too easy to say, but you can't give the points away.
Not against this guy.
Right?
No. Actually, not against anybody. I had a long talk with Brad a couple weeks ago, and he was saying you're almost not as confident anymore because the ice is so good. These brushes are so good. If you tick a guard like he did, and that's Gushue, then you're down a couple and you just can't come back on anybody.
Yeah, same shot.
Well, I just texted Greg Owasco and said it feels a little bit warmer in here tonight because it does. And we're seeing a little bit of frost. Is it still below the surface? And he said it is absolutely still below so far.
Line's good.
Easy to it.
I still think it's there.
Line's good.
Weight's good. Nice.
Line's good.
Good. Room. Line's good.
Line's good.
Line's great.
Line's really good.
Walk it on. Whoa.
I really like what I see out of this team, though. I know they're kind of cruising for an 0-2 start, but like, look at the angles here and everything else. There's some high-quality shots.
This is exactly what happened last night against Manitoba Carruthers. They're perfectly capable of putting together some really strong ends. Just the odd little thing here and there makes a difference at this level.
If they got some mistake here, they've got a peel weight shot to set 4 here.
Guard in. I kind of like the guard into one of them.
This? Okay.
Looks like thin half. Half?
Half is close, a little less than half, ideally. Okay. Yeah, third looks really
Mine
close.
ran pretty straight.
Yep. It's dead straight here. Won't
Running
do a
it
thing.
back.
Yeah, but onto that left-hand yellow to open up the other yellows, because those two perfect freezes, you can't get them out if you're Gushue.
Yep.
They jam on either red.
Mark Nichols.
Whoa. Yep.
Walker's got him.
Hard tip.
Here we go. Bang.
Good.
Very good.
Great.
Great shot.
Good shot.
Really good throw.
Yeah, I threw this 2 ends ago.
Yeah.
I don't know, is that in there?
Yeah. Halfway.
2/3.
Okay, angled it.
Yep. Line's good.
Alex Horvath.
It's high right now. A little higher than your broom. Curl then.
Half.
Cameron
2/3.
putting the target for the front end. That's nice.
Your broom.
Have something to aim at.
Keep going.
Also something to communicate to. If you're 2 feet above your broom, 2 feet past your broom, it allows for specifics to be
Real
used.
good. Showed him a piece.
Yep.
The World Wheelchair Curling Championships are just underway in Stirling, Scotland. And Canada has opened up with an 8-6 win over the U.S. You'll notice the names there, Dash and Dean. Gilbert Dash making his debut as the skip. And for Douglas Dean, that's his debut with Team Canada. He's making his international debut. So congratulations to Team Canada on an opening win.
Well, and they've got Kalinda Joseph with them. She has been a part of that program for such a long time. And so whenever you've got somebody new, it's just great to have a veteran.
Shot.
If BC hits that yellow at 11 o'clock, I think they could actually sit 3. Be tough to keep the shooter.
If he ever makes a roll under a good, though,
Same spot.
There's not much Gushue can do about it.
it's guard again. Yeah, he likes one more. Yeah.
Do you like one more guard here, Russ, or do you think they have to play in the rings? It's getting a little late.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brad's going to change gears. You're absolutely right.
Okay, same throw. Yeah.
Well, if he throws the guard again and we peel, he certainly can't guard again.
Rolls over.
What'd you
A little
think?
more.
Okay.
There more room. Stay down.
Well, you can wait on this, Corey. Little more room. 2/3.
Got a
Mine's
curl.
not bad.
Definitely wider than the
Mine's
previous.
good.
Here, bro. Curl it.
Deeper. Deeper.
Curl it.
Whoa.
Just a foot deeper.
Shot.
All right. Good.
Judgment.
I think you're throwing there once.
Right now, yeah, I know, like we're third, so can you make that double? I guess
He doesn't need to, Mark. He does this, and he scored 3. And we got to blast that.
Okay.
Right? He doesn't need to make the double. He rolls it in half buried.
Okay.
We still got to blast that.
Okay.
Right?
So what are you thinking then?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I just, if we're doing this, we're leaving them. We're likely giving up 3.
You just
Play
draw.
anything else, we're risking giving up 4.
All because of that great rock positioning I talked about earlier.
Does he take this on?
He might, yeah.
Because he's got a few options. He can make it there.
Correct. Just want to just draw right beside it.
But he'd have to, if he makes it onto this one, he'd have to get, there could be a double again off this one.
How silly is this?
But if our guard's there and they roll under.
How silly is that?
Well, he's got enough of this to make something.
Well, if it's there, he can't.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but he's going to lie 3 to our 1.
Okay, timeout.
Not sure I love hitting ours.
I don't love it either.
Again, I don't hate that call on your last one.
Would you ever hit and roll off the yellows and move the red? The one behind it?
This is still in the way, though.
Yeah.
You can't throw anything heavy at that.
I'm just leaving them buried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
you get
now
too
we're
buried
third
and
shot.
You're just rolling over.
Okay. I don't hate the guard. I like that spot.
I'm seeing either the guard or
I
the
got
draw
this.
beside.
Yeah, Brad talked about drawing top 4 next to the yellow with that second shot.
Yeah.
That might
Like
be
that,
a good
Brad?
play for them.
If you can make it, yeah,
And
absolutely.
then if he doesn't connect, you can give this a run on the last one.
It's the best of all the terrible options.
Yeah.
You know, if he does that and he makes this, then we're firing this in there. Yeah, do we ever
Tight-
guard a little more to show
tight
him that
guard.
6?
Yeah,
Enough
but then
that he can't roll underneath.
Just cross it a little.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then he might roll this way and you hit and roll back under.
That's not a bad call.
I think we just get it in front of this and make him play this or
Yeah.
make him play this.
We just can't leave him an out turn like hack weight or.
Correct. Yes. Yep.
So biting the line or just off?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It really didn't like the hit.
When in doubt, make the other guy earn it. Now, the guard still has to be made here, but I like this. You sure can't leave the flat double if he throws a bullet. BC and sits 3.
It's a call he's trying to just guard wrap around.
There's a wonderful example of just 2 perfectly thrown freezes. They had that angle all day.
Roll onto it. You can play it with weight and just try to make it to line 3.
Yep. I don't mind that.
I mean, if he ever shows you a piece on the outturn side, we're probably chasing it and rolling. Yeah. If he's deep in the
I'd be shocked at this under curls, though. I know it's 6
The
feet of
line's
ice,
good.
but this will hawk
Easy.
hard.
Tight.
Real tight.
Easy.
Brad Gushue in his first.
Yes.
Walker's
Yeah,
got him.
tight. Hard for line. We're in. Top 12. Top 12. We're over curling a bit.
Oh, it's narrow and heavy.
We're over curling a
We're
bit.
gonna be over here.
Right now.
It's all there.
Whoa, whoa,
It
whoa.
just needs to die now.
Whoa.
It just needs to die.
Oh, man. I went
Oh,
sideways.
that caught some frost.
That broom was almost edge of 12.
Yeah.
And no panic early. Like you said, it just jumped.
The guy just finished saying he'll never overcurl it, and he did.
Just need to have a heavy clean down
Curled
at this point when you go out
unnaturally early,
wide.
I thought. Yeah.
all the way here, he's wrapping.
And I got that.
Yeah, you got the red one. But I think it's best to just roll.
Okay. Yep. Normal.
Don't you?
Keep my weight up so that if I hit it thinner, we roll into that.
Sure.
Brad's
But we can't nose it,
stopped
though.
in a decent spot for Brad, though. He can blast it in there.
Good with whatever weight you like.
So I think they're thinking,
Like that with normal?
don't sit 3 and leave Brad to blast. They're just going to hit and roll over a little bit.
Yeah, that looks narrow to me, but I get that we do got to roll.
There?
Yeah, fine with that. Okay. Like, just roll it a rock is pretty good.
Yeah. Roll it a rock.
Yeah, how much weight? Okay.
Get it a little thinner, we can roll into there, Red.
Yeah, okay.
Can I wait?
Do
Roll it a
not
rock.
nose it. You cannot nose this.
Roll the rock. All right, here we go.
You can't nose it, so I'm kind of like
Yeah.
icing it to do that.
I'm good with that ice. Hold it too. Okay, throw good.
Little big. Green.
Normal.
Yep. Green. Yep. Yes. Little light. Hard.
Cam DeYoung in his first cannot nose it.
Hard right in. Hard right to it.
Carpenter,
Right to it.
bang. Oh, and he'll slide it underneath. And maybe trying to protect
Yes.
against the nose.
I think you're dead on,
Just
Rick.
getting that going, I think. Okay.
I just don't know why that's curling so much.
Foot more. Same ice. I think 2 feet more. I wouldn't want more than that.
5-2, Epping leads Kevin Cooey, but he's got something going.
He sure does. He's got an opportunity after Jacob Horgan was attempting a run back, and he did, but he stuffed it, leaving Cooey buried behind a corner guard. And this is a draw for 2. Needs a bite of the 8-foot.
Carve it if you're heavy.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
He wasn't sure. The grimace. He's just 50% on his draws in the game.
It has been a struggle with draws. Not hits, of course, but this one will be just fine.
And we'll turn the frown upside down.
Brad's still out with a little over 6
Line's
feet
good.
of ice
Easy.
given out here.
Top 4. Easy.
Top 8.
Room.
Mark's
Room.
in always. Give it
Got a curl.
Give it a couple. Top 4.
Got a curl.
Top button. Top button. Weight's good. Weight's good.
Still got a curl, Mark. Yeah.
Keep going. Back button.
Play it back
4.
Full back 4.
Whoa. Yep. Go.
Hard.
Okay. Yeah.
Really good.
This way.
Eliminates the 3-ender for sure.
I thought, though, they may have tried to carve it a little bit more and take it further in behind cover.
I did too.
Just too much room, but it was hard after your first one to take a
I
pile.
know, I was just saying, I'm not convinced my first one's not just a little sharp. And it just, the sat, you were the first draw again, and that curled, and then this one, same fast.
It's been a few times now where it's over curled on me. So
it curled unnaturally for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So is it the flat spot? Is it the frost? Is it the rock? Is it the rotation? There's so many things to think about. Did they carve it too soon? You know, it's all those factors. But I think it brings up a good point. If that rock's a hair sharp with a little dusting of frost, it'll show up more than it would when there's no frost.
Back 12. Clean. Little light. Clean. Whoa.
Mistakes
Back
have
12.
hurt
Whoa.
Cam DeYoung so far.
Clean.
Curl.
Curl. That you can go. Yeah. Clean.
Corey Chester. And no mistake this time. And the crowd can get into it. They get a couple. Yeah, it's a much better looking scoreboard if you're British Columbia. They pick up 2. Now trailed by 1. On this Saturday night in Kelowna, day 2, Montana's Brier. The Canadian Men's Curling Championship, the 96th edition, dating back to 1927. So here in the 8th, Team Canada does have last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstones.
Four feet less.
I liked it.
Full 8, guys. Full 8 foot. Your hair tighter. Just give it a few, Brendan. Give it a few. Full 8. Stay down for line. Stay down for line, Brendan.
Weight's good.
Heart.
There.
Whoa. Okay. Over curling a bit.
It's
over
there.
curling. Whoa.
Fight the 4.
Take a good shot.
It may just be showing a little bit.
Hair tighter.
Yeah, the button one.
Top 4.
Terrific numbers
Get a
by
little
both
closer to center.
leads. Corey Chester.
Line's good.
Not heavy.
Top 8.
Line's
Top 12.
good.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Top 8. Line's good.
Line's
Top
good.
4.
Just to it.
Curl.
Hard.
Just locked it right on.
Good.
Wow.
2 ends in a row now. Corey Chester just with fantastic freezing ability.
Incredible.
Clean. Good. Shot.
Okay,
Straight guard that.
Okay, 2/3.
Yeah. Good scrub.
Caught you with the advantage.
High. Go early. Line's
Pretty
good.
high. Room.
Yeah.
Got a curl.
Bit of room.
We're halfway.
Curl.
2/3.
You gotta cross the line big time.
Tight
Hard,
now.
Brandon. Gotta go. Keep going, Brandon. Keep going.
It's good.
Oh, terrific. Across the line.
Yeah, great effort there. They wanted to guard that red rock in the top 8 foot. It could be slashed in by Team Canada. But yellow's not going anywhere with this outturn side.
Clean. Clean. Clean.
The one or?
Yeah.
There's a
16-3 there, so.
Yeah.
And that's what mine were last in. So I'll give you the same weight.
Holding up then.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, speed
All right.
seems to be holding up really well.
We haven't gone to the corners in a while. We haven't gone out super wide, but you're right. The regular paths are beautiful.
Well, I even just thought with that guard having to fully cross the center line would probably be in an inner line for a lot more of the trajectory, and it
2/3.
carried really well.
Easy. Tight. Easy. Tight.
Go.
Gotta curl. Curl.
Almost biting.
I know. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta cover that. Yep, 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 yep.
Another beauty.
Oh, hey, Chief.
There they are, the
Grinding.
former teammates, Canadian World Junior gold medalist Tyler Tardy, hooking up with his teammate, former teammate Alex Horvath.
Line got there, just slid a little bit tighter than they wanted to, so Mark Nichols has an opportunity here. Lightweight, try to hit and roll onto the rings.
Weight's good.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Here, quiet.
Yeah. Weight's good.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Clean. Clean. Whoa. 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 Watch that roll, Brendan.
Now, can you roll it on?
Real good. Good. Attaboy.
Oh, and sit down.
Perfect. Just perfect. And that's what wins you games, these close games.
Good shot.
That could very easily go on the scoreboard now.
Yeah, you got lots of space to roll. Normal here?
I think this will curl off the line pretty good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Clean.
Hair big.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Clean.
Curl.
Whoa.
Clean.
Curl. Curl. Curl.
Nope.
Good.
Shot out. Way to go. I didn't
The
curl.
value of a perfect freeze. It's set them up 2 ends in a row now.
Smacked it what I
thought that
thought.
would really curl off the line, but it didn't go crazy.
No.
Yeah, but I threw board. This is normal.
So this could be a BC record evening. If he can hold on to that 98%. Alex Horvath,
Whoa.
previous number held by John Morris.
Curl. 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 Hey, good shot.
Probably gotta throw firm out here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Played a double now.
Maybe we do.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
because
that.
my normal didn't really do much.
No.
There with peel.
Sliver low.
Gonna throw peel.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So this is a
I like
spot
that
where
ice then.
things were running really straight, but that was in the first half of the game. I would expect this to have a
Stay
little
low.
bit more bite late now that it's been sitting. Make the double, keep your shooter in the rings.
Line it up.
Yep.
Skip Stones
Whoa. Whoa.
and Cam DeYoung
Clean. Clean. Good.
got him.
This team makes a lot of shots.
I got Brandon nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel like it's so
Feel the
sticky,
flow.
like double gripper is.
Brad's going to try to jump across now.
Go over, maybe release it a bit.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
Try to disturb the frozen situation.
I don't think you're ever going over the top, hey?
No. Well, if I am,
I'm
I'm not
joining
going
in,
out
help!
of the rings.
Yeah.
My goodness, this one is just in the 7th still.
There's been a lot of rocks in play, and of course time clocks are going to be an issue. Kevin made a very nice tap on his final stone. Lies 2 in the 4-foot, so for John needs to get just a little to the inside to score.
And Anayer's coming over, and he does not get that roll.
He does not. That's steal of 1, all tied up.
It's going to be speed curling over there, Kathy.
It's going to be speed curling very soon.
Yeah.
He brushed that quite a bit too to hold it straight.
Even nose is probably fine.
Do you think it'll curl hair more in here?
Maybe just a sliver. I mean, mine here didn't really curl all that much.
That's true. Yeah.
Hair high side here. Try to.
Same weight?
Yeah, you bet.
You can't be too cute. You hit it quite dead on. You might not get the back Canadian rock out.
Well,
That way
Gushue
was good.
clearly out curling Cam DeYoung. Those mistakes really have cost him and the team so far. Player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
This at 11 o'clock with speed. Try to hold this rock on the corner. Create a force situation.
Whoa. Queen. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow. Very nice. Well, we have our first final, Kathy.
And this game started early, down 5-0 after 2. You see the scoreboard in the background. Reed Carruthers did not play it simple. He went very hard at this Newfoundland Labrador team, and it just made it really difficult for them.
Yeah, good game.
So it's 2 straight wins to start it off for Carruthers, and Ty DeLello drops his first 2. DeLello will have a bye in the draw tomorrow afternoon, and Carruthers will hook up with Kevin Cooey.
Curl! Curl! Good, good, good.
For a single.
One rest.
But some very nice shot making by BC. 5-3 Team Canada. Jeff Walker throwing the lead stones for the defending champions, Team Canada. Brad Gushue out of the Remax Center, St. John's Curling Club. Here at Prospera Place, our home for this year's Montana's Brier. And 2 games are finished, both on the outside. So all the action is in the middle of the arena. And it is 5-3. Team Canada leading, BC with last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones here and now. Just we said we were chatting in the break, though. This BC team has shown real promise, some really fine shot making. If they could just limit the mistakes, Joe, they'd be closer than they are down by 2.
Yeah, and I think that's just part of the process here. 3 out of 4, it's their first Brier. They're learning how to manage really beautiful swingy ice, and they haven't been that far off in their misses, but against a team like Brad Gushue, they do make you pay for it. But they've made some really precise shots the last couple ends.
Here's another one.
Freeze or trying to kill it?
And another final, Kathy.
And very lopsided for Shane Latimer and his team. First game at this event. They had the bye first round, and Matt Dunstone is going to be very difficult to stop.
And Dunstone's next opponent will be British Columbia. Latimer will go against James Grattan from New Brunswick.
Hard, just through. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Curl, 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 curl. Curl.
Trying the chase again in this spot.
Oh dear. I heard an apology.
Yeah, Brad called the brushing on too soon, and
Slid okay, eh?
Walker straightened her out.
He played a very similar shot in the 7th end. It didn't snap like his, so it must have been a little bit more weight.
What do you see now?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Heel here, stuff?
Yep.
Okay.
Clean.
Close.
Whoa. Curl.
Curl. Hard. Hard.
All right. Good close.
So stuff the run back.
Good.
Shot rock still is BC. Just in front of the tee line around 9 o'clock, edge of the 8th.
I'm going to keep it up a little.
Now, the BC Rock's pretty open for somebody of the quality of Brendan Botcher, but this is the way, if you're going to leave a piece open, I love leaving the outside open. If Botcher ever fractures on the guard, you're raising the wrong color into the rings.
And even this is a hard shot. If it's made, that still leaves BC with a lot of rings to work with. He'll be in the 12-foot.
Hard.
Hack.
Hard. You gotta go.
Boy, again, here we go, and here comes that guard. Oh, they're looking at it.
Hard. 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 Roll it off. Roll it off.
And all over it. And watch what happens here.
It's just no speed. We'll see what they say with the frost.
Way slower.
Board out there.
Yeah. This got caught up in the frost.
Okay.
That's the point. If you
Your weight was okay.
Yeah. I think I probably just should have thrown board at that.
Yeah.
if you're coming around inside out, you hit the opponent's guard, you knock it to the boards.
Gotta go. Gotta really dig.
Corey Chester. Boy, BC's got something going here.
Whoa.
Is that a rule of thumb, though, Russ? So they were playing it outside, out-turn, frosty. He just underthrew it. Is it almost a rule of thumb you have to up the weight on shots like that?
Yeah, it's an educated guess, and they didn't think of it till after it happened. But yes, normally it wouldn't cross your mind to throw extra weight because you want to throw soft weight to get by the guard and give it time to curl to get that half-buried rock and try to hang around. But yeah, with that much frost, that would be the rule for sure.
Close to nose to get that, but I don't want to stay in front of that. So like.
Yeah.
Can't hear him.
Just doesn't want to stay in front. He wants it a hair high. Just.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a shade up.
Yeah.
This is the guy that's
Okay,
been.
you got it.
When the odd time Brad Gushue gets into trouble, this is when Mark seems to be at his best. A little bam bam here.
They need one right now.
This will be flying.
Whoa, curl, curl, curl. Curl.
Hard, hard, hard curl. Like, get the side one. Okay.
Well, needed to do more damage than that.
Yeah, I tried to throw that a little too hard.
Okay. Not close.
Good with it.
Still lots of opportunities for doubles and triples. Only 3 rocks left, though. Where do you go here? Just way over?
I think so. Try to go out into the 12-foot. I think. Even with the rock that's biting top 4.
Yes, yes, I love that. You go to the tee line, you set up a bowling triple.
Yeah, you're likely going to see a double attempt on something. It's just trying to keep your rocks as spread out as possible, the ones that they can't go after.
Now, I tell you, the crowd that was out of it is into it now as they see BC.
Running.
This will be an educated guess on speed as well. Have not seen any play to this swing the entire game.
Look at this. Sitting 3.
Oh, not too deep.
And sitting 4, and they will slip back to the tee line. Edge of the 8. This is Horvath said to us, Kathy, this was the thing that he wanted the team to feed off of. Really believe the crowd could help them.
Yeah, and it wasn't as much as making Brad Gushue feel like they're not the favorites. It was just giving them that extra boost. It's almost like a coach would come out and say, a big pump-up speech, and that's what they were counting on, and they're getting it tonight. There's no doubt about it.
Whoa! Yep!
Triple.
Walker, here we go. Bang, bang. Oh, and he got them all.
That's pretty good.
Good line call.
Mark Nichols makes up for number 1
Good call.
with a triple on number 2.
Whoa!
Just perfection. They couldn't go deep with that previous draw, BC. They had to keep it high. That triple was not available.
And it's also the line call, too.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty special. That's a game winner, though, Vic.
Right on the tee.
Yeah, if that's a 3 and 9 for BC.
Yeah.
Changed everything.
Yep.
Still looking good for a 2, though. They'll have lots of separation here.
Got it.
I mean, you think about, Nichols took out 4 rocks and 2 shots, but
with like where all those angles were,
they're still going to get 2 all because Botcher ticked that guard.
Yeah. It was almost like you got to be back 12, like edge of 4 foot.
Yeah, pretty much.
But even then, he probably can still make that one.
I think so.
Normal?
You're just talking about their rock positioning, right? And where they could have gone. But also inferring that it's almost impossible to put it somewhere and it couldn't be touched.
That's right.
I'd argue, though, BC has 13 minutes on their clock with thinking time. That might have been an opportunity for everyone to go down there and have a good talk about where do we go to not leave a triple.
Yeah, well said. Find a good spot.
Sit. Sit.
I touched that.
Oh. It was in already?
It was in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Might have moved it that way, but
It's probably stuck in the ice so much you wouldn't have moved it. Good shot.
Even just a rock.
Yeah, are we shot?
I think Red
I moved
shot.
a bit more than I thought it would.
Ooh,
Yeah, it moved more than early with that frost.
It's close enough. I think
Yeah.
BC has to hit it, which now the
Control
rocks
here.
are awfully grouped.
Roll it a rock, just the center.
Yeah.
See behind the rock in the black paint, you can see the frost from the previous brush. The brush stirs up that frost.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, because it looked like this last night, and we saw in an extra end, it was still 14 and a half to the tee line. It's just if you go in a wider line and something that hasn't been thrown,
Right.
that's where you see the big speed difference.
Right.
Yeah, give me the weight. Let's make it. There you go, Cam.
No gimme here. You can't. You don't have too much room to roll one way or the other.
Control. Clean. Pounding. Yep. Hair light. Yep.
Whoa.
Good.
Whoa.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. No picnic with
so sticky.
Okay.
Done that a couple times.
I think he takes on the intern double. The other option is soft weight hit roll on top.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like this, eh?
What?
You like this?
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's no question.
It's close to half rock natural.
Like trying the double?
I do.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, it's real tough to roll to a.
No, he'll have a shot for sure, but you never know.
Yeah, BC had talked about rolling their shooter closer to center line just by about a rock. Would have made this a bit thinner.
Yes.
What a turnaround this would be. BC at one point sitting 4.
Middle on that side.
Okay.
Final stone for Brent Gushue.
Whoa.
Team Canada
Clean.
here in 9. Has he got a double?
Whoa.
Walker
Whoa. Girl.
now
Girl.
help it over. Nichols got it. And sure enough he does. And what a turnaround.
I know. I did that once, sweeping a rock that was like I was trying to go sweep one behind the tee line.
Yeah. It got stuck. Pretty frosty now.
Brad
Starting
almost
to stick, are you?
He almost tripped on the side there.
Slippery.
Yeah. It's slippery, but it's also like really sticky.
Yeah, I know.
Good shot.
That just must.
Got line it
That's
up.
like cutting your heart out, isn't it? I mean,
Deflates
you're
the
sitting
tires,
4,
that's for
deflating
sure.
for sure. And, you know, rock placement.
Yeah,
How often do we say it?
That's it. It's exactly.
Queen.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And gets rid of that biter. Blanket.
Good end.
5-3, Gushue leads. We want to welcome those of you who have been watching TSN 4 and 5 on this Saturday night. We are in Kelowna. It's day 2 coverage, Montana's Brier. And the games on the ice tonight are all from the Pool A. Remembering now 18 teams start, 2 pools of 9. Our feature game, the defending champions Brad Gushue from St. John's against British Columbia, and Cam Jong from Victoria. At one point in 9, BC was sitting 4, but a couple of great shots. A triple by Mark Nichols, a double by Brad Gushue got him out of it. And so BC threw up the blank. And now Jong does have the hammer, playing the Yellowstones here in 10, but down by 2.
Yeah, the last 3 shots for Canada, the triple. Brad's first one, he stayed shot rocked by 1/8 of an inch, or there would not be a double on his last one, and he made it 2.
Team BC has had some really good setups, though, in the last couple of ends. You have to like their chances at scoring a multiple.
I sort of like this.
Okay.
But your approach, though, is different, isn't it now, Russ? I mean, if you're BC, it's the 10th. Is your approach different now in 10 as it compared to 9?
Well, it's certainly more desperate. It's you got to find a way to get a multiple score, and that's what they were trying in 9. But in 10, you're out of options, so they're definitely going to take more risk now. Gushue's going to try to choke this off. He doesn't do this very often. You'll see Jacobs do this.
We're there. Over curling a bit. Yep. Go for depth. Go for depth. Okay. Curled a bit. Okay. Good weight. Good.
Not ideal.
You're off him early, too.
In a 5-5 tie, Northern Ontario and Alberta.
Well, John Epping made a really nice slash on his first. That is the shot stone. Kevin Cooey trying to go around was deep, and so he could draw for 2, but he's trying to play the triple for 3.
Whoa!
Fourth Brier appearance for Epping.
And just misses that back one, so just the single.
Yeah. Just the top edge of the button to take the lead.
Hit that thicker, might have been there for 3.
It was very close.
Little light.
Go ahead. Hard line.
Yeah.
Hard line. Hard line. Hard line. Hard line.
Come on, buddy.
Hard.
Dig.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Go.
Great scrub there, boy.
Sweet.
Really big. I almost think this touches the back side of it.
So much curl.
Even now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brad gets the right read on this one. He'll try for the rock and the rings off the carom here.
Curl.
Walker. Here we go. And slides over Crew.
That's good. It's better than touching the other one. Yeah.
What do you like?
So talk about this?
Probably, yeah.
Now, this is where you would think that Alex Horvath is going to have some input.
It's like an intern hit the top.
Yeah, they mentioned the mistakes. That's been costly. And then, of course, some wonderful shooting by Nichols and Gushue in 9 to get them out of trouble. And they lead at 5-3. Game story brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995.
I don't think you want to.
Oh, okay. So clip those. Yeah.
You just have to make sure we're rolling here, even if you just barely tickle this.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay.
So
it's like half a rock with heavy hack. Well, thicker.
A freeze just looks
hard.
Hard and.
This
I mean, if
intern's
you ever
really
just
heavy
chap
too.
and roll there, it's.
You probably got
Did you freeze to the buried red?
It's gonna feel, yeah.
And Brad can't
I like
chase
going
it.
a little more just on this side.
Well, you could cross it.
The one on the left.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Cross it if you want.
Super precise.
I do like, yeah, the out turn's a better lane for sure.
So just got to make sure we cross
give
it.
you your
though.
second
Right,
point.
Yeah, even if you miss the 6.
Yes.
And roll it over.
Yeah.
Isn't
Okay.
Worse.
Roll's the biggest.
Heavy hack then?
All right.
Just hitting and rolling off the top one. Try to catch the one on the button as well, I think, Russ.
Yes, and they're talking about crossing it for obvious reasons. They don't want to group the two yellows together. You hate throwing any weight at these.
You can use it for sure.
Trying to save every yellow you can, but they at some point they're going to have to deal with that thing on the button, so might as well do it now, I guess.
Just hack!
Hack! Quiet! Clean! Yep! Hack! Whoa!
Yep! Whoa!
Whoa!
Hack! Close!
Clean!
Yes!
Whoa! Yep!
Yes!
Horvath.
Quiet. Whoa!
Hard!
Yep, 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 yep.
It's a good shot.
Good,
Corey.
Corey.
Exactly how they drew it
Very nice.
up.
It's good.
That's really good.
That's fine.
Yeah. Good. That's the best shot.
Yeah, that's a safer one.
Or into the pocket.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Okay.
I think the best shot's the
Which
big.
one do you like? Do you like the
I don't hate
chase
that
or do you
double,
like
though.
the double? I like the chase if you can make it.
Doubles.
The
really
double?
Good.
What's that?
You like the double?
No, I like this.
Okay.
That's, I think, the best shot, but either one.
Although
Not
that
much of
double's
that.
pretty good
Maybe
too.
a third.
What are you seeing, Mark?
What are you seeing? Okay.
Mark will play whatever Brad wants him to play. Even if he doesn't like it, he'll play it. He's just that used to.
I think it'll curl at the end.
So why is this chase better than the double? Because they said it would be.
Because they'll sit 4.
Okay.
If they can get that out, they'll sit 4, and then BC's got a whole bunch of work to do. It's a hair more dangerous. You ever flashed it wide. Now, Mark's too smart to miss it wide, but it's a tough shot.
Well, just take the guard and roll away, and
Right, that's same.
Just pass
Yes.
the hack. Curl.
Hard, gotta go.
Curl.
Dig.
Butcher
Hard.
Curl.
helping this over.
Curl. No, on the red.
And now settle down.
Okay, good shot.
Good shot. Nice shot.
Heavy.
And not coming back. They are sitting 3.
Sweet.
Okay, your slid good a little
Well,
tighter.
plays
This is
freeze
a little
here, and
wider
it's
than-
decision time for Brad Gushue.
Yeah.
Think it's any slower? You think it's
4
gonna be
feet slower. Yeah.
You can see the frost.
You can always move the top one a little, but
That's right.
You can really tell just by looking at the shine and the frost what speed it's going to be. This looks like it's going to
Wanted more.
slow down a little bit, but once it gets to the middle, they should be able to drag it.
Room. Good. Room.
To it.
Chester
To it. Room.
and Carpenter.
Foot light.
To it.
No bounce. No bounce.
That's a curl.
Oh.
Oh, that's fine. It's third shot.
Really well managed. Stayed down, thought a hair light, so if anything, you can feel like you're overbrushing these a little bit.
Job,
Watch
Ray,
them
that
die
helped.
at the end.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You almost have to try the yellow double, which
Yeah.
well, they're going to
you
do
throwing?
it with soft weight, hit and roll in.
Yeah, they're sitting 2, so that works to Team Canada's favor.
Peel here, it didn't move, right?
Yeah, Peel ran right where I threw it, but
Hard.
Out of his hand, they got him. Walker.
Hard, you gotta go.
Now Botcher 2.
Hard, you gotta go. Hard. Hard.
Never let off. Here we go. Bang. And roll it over. And lay it on the corner.
Okay.
Good call.
Hard. Hard. Roll. Keep going.
Not quite what they call, but a really good result.
Normal.
Okay. I'm sure I wanted to get Brendan on that. Had a better chance of holding it.
Whatever he does, he has to release that back yellow one, which is the positive. Yeah.
Or am I trying to keep it around?
Probably trying to keep it around.
But move it back 8?
Yeah. But I think you can still throw it pretty hard because it's going to...
Yeah, it's hitting the one first.
Hitting this hard.
And it's going sideways mostly.
Yeah. So you probably go like normal?
Normal.
You like that?
Yep.
Okay. Want to switch on this one? Might be an out turn.
Normal and make the roll.
Yep.
Normal and make the roll.
Okay. Roll it under, fully
That
under.
goes, that'll go back. I'm not sure
Fully
how
under?
far
Yeah.
the top one goes, but the key, the real key to scoring 2 here is rolling the shooter over here
Okay,
and
line it
not
up, bud.
hitting it dead on and leaving a immiscible double for Gushue.
Even just to roll half under the guard would be a great play. See how lively the house is in the 10th end here.
Yep.
Throwing 99% is Alex Horvath.
Hard!
Carpenter. Oh, the catcher. And is there a double?
All day, but the top one might jam.
Close. Good throw.
At least it jams.
Yeah.
A little tight. A little snug.
That curled pretty hard.
It did. I thought that would be a little straighter there. Yeah, I thought I could get away with it.
Well, mine were pretty straight there.
I know.
3/4,
Just,
yeah.
A little high, hey?
3/4, yeah.
Okay.
So you want a little bit of laser eye surgery here. If you want to get this back one really thin so that the top one doesn't jam, but it could still jam deeper in the house.
We're gonna get that much curl, are we? I feel like they're running straight with Peel. What it was?
Brad Gushue, his first. Skip Stones here in 10. He leads by 2. Looking for the double.
Throw them in front of ours.
Bang. Oh, there's the stuff. That's the catcher.
Okay. And I feel like that was doing that probably 95% of the time.
Oh, yeah.
Grabbing him ahead. You're there. And
Says you can
roll
feel
left.
it on the stone now.
Yeah, no. Sometimes just the frost. You're so sensitive to the release of the rock. Where do you put this one though, Joe?
Timeout's been called.
Yeah, I think that may be the best play. Split on the one on the button.
Yeah, this in turn is real stiff right now.
Probably going to throw this.
I don't think you can. I think at best coming this way, you're
hitting too much.
You're seeing there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cross it, get low. You can even hit it into this, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
He's gonna run that in, try to get this too, but is there a way you can get him dead even?
I mean, if this gets to here, it's pretty hard to get rid of.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly.
It's like a half rock low. Thinner maybe?
Even if you
I think half
even
is
if you
good.
came to this one and just missed it,
Like
are we
if I
out counting
missed
that?
it and came here?
Probably not. You might not be out counting that one, right? What's the speed here, Corey, with this spot here?
I get 6 feet slower.
Okay.
Like Braden's
Well,
guard.
You want to do something like that, but the danger is if this, when you tap the yellow, if you tap the yellow, let's say to there, then this red one's closer.
But you can be heavy.
You got to be careful.
Yeah, you can't get too cute with it. You
No.
still want to make Canada throw at them.
Mhm.
You still need to sit 2 here.
Yep.
So it's
So,
not
like-
it's not that much wider than my freeze.
There
Could
with
even-
the hack?
Right.
Freeze to that back
I
one.
don't mind heavy hack. Even
Okay.
This is
like a
it's the last thing you want to be doing when the ice is this frosty.
11.8, I think so. 11
But,
3/4. Okay.
I think
Trying to hit a
the
half.
shooter's the
Half rock,
key. If you can get that lost, then they're in good shape.
Okay.
And even roll it past the red
Yes.
side of the 8 foot
Yes.
just for
Yeah.
maximum separation.
That might be safer.
Is the ice, Russ,
Yeah, I'll call the weight.
forcing you to make different decisions at this point?
That's a great question. It's hard to say. I think the ice is
line it up, bud.
pristine.
Let's
It's
make
just brilliant, and there's just a little dusting of frost that we're not trying to just draw the rings here. We're trying to hit half a rock from 146 feet away and get them to roll it's such a precise shot.
With how the house is sitting too, there isn't really an easy draw available,
No.
assuming all the paths are even.
Hack. Clean.
This is the best result.
Hack. Whoa. Curl. Curl.
It's pretty firm.
Hard. Curl. Hard.
Chester. Look out.
Keep going. Keep going.
Watch out.
Hard.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Yeah, that with zero frost and the ice as good as it is, you're making that 20% of the time. It's just a hard shot.
Ah, that was close.
Any lighter, that's golden, because the yellow would have jammed in the back and he would have rolled buried. Just 2 feet heavy.
Well, again, do you think he's seeing that frost when he's in the hack and maybe compensating for what he sees?
It's a little heavy.
Damn.
It's so close.
Throwing it,
Yeah.
right, Russ? I mean, is he throwing it faster?
I know myself. I can answer that honestly. When the first time I dealt with these conditions, that's my eyeballs said throw it harder.
Yeah, I was just thinking of yesterday watching the end of his game against Carruthers. He had a chance to try to loop one, and it was getting slow, and they talked about a low 13, and he didn't quite throw enough.
Yes.
So I think he's trying to learn from previous games, just a little too far on the other end.
Yep. Hard. Yep. Yep. Hard. 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 Hard, Jeff. Whoa. Hard. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Pick
Whoa.
and gone. Is there something there?
Very good.
No.
Good call, Brendan.
No, they're just not.
And no, there isn't. And the hands come out.
Thanks. Good luck. Thanks. Good game. Good luck. Thanks.
And it'll be a 2-0 start.
Good game. Good luck.
Make the final 5-3.
Good game. Good luck. Thanks.
Good battle.
And an 0-2 start for BC and Cam Jong.
Yeah.
Jong plays Dunstone next. And Gushue will play John Epping in Northern Ontario. And that's where we will go. John Epping and Northern Ontario on the ice as they play in the 9th, Kathy.
And it has been a very slow game, and the officials came out because the scoreboards went down and said we're not going to use the time clock, so it has been a slow down offense.
Yeah. Right.
John Epping's final stone, he made a triple raise to remove the Cooey stone, leaving one.
I think you're throwing it.
But he rolled
how
for
are we going to
shot.
be tied?
I'm saying, if we want to be tied, we just play this.
Well, I think this is there, don't you?
Okay.
I think it's there.
Yeah.
And I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's like a 12.5.
This is close to where I threw.
It's just enough to kill it.
This is close to where I threw 2 ends ago when I rolled to there, right?
Yeah, all you got to do is throw it here.
Is that too much weight?
This would be the grossest shot of all time.
Well, remember when I rolled to the side of the 4 foot?
Oh, yeah. No,
You're trying to navigate the sport?
Yeah, what the?
It sounds like it. It doesn't sound like he's coming off.
I think we want to be carving it.
Oh, wow, that is very small.
He doesn't want one, I guess.
No, because you heard Tyler calling a shot and him saying, you know, how do we get tied? And I think Tyler was talking about trying to slash something.
Flash the yellow in for
We
one.
need something that's carving in.
Yeah, I thought maybe a hair more and be carving a little more.
That doesn't even look to be the room.
I think this is good. Like,
Maybe
I
on the
threw here
overhead,
2
but
ends
from
ago.
this angle, I don't see a rock fitting through.
No.
You don't think that's max, eh?
Nope.
I don't think so.
So you're
It's good
playing
for
this
carving.
You're playing what, like 12?
same as this side?
Yeah, no, it's a little
12 and a half.
it's a little faster.
With a
than
massive
this
carve at the right time, it makes that port slightly bigger, but you're not driving a truck through there.
12.
Final stone. Right now, Shot Rock does belong to Northern Ontario, sitting back of the button. Can you get this through?
Yep.
Whoa!
Yes, hard.
Here we go now. Carrick Martin trying to hold this up for him. Now you need that massive carve. Oh my gosh. And will they spin it in? No. So bink, bink, and it's a steal of one.
That was such a hard shot.
Do you think it was even there, Joe?
I just don't.
If you'd skim this right one thin, maybe.
Oh. 7-5, Northern Ontario.
The 2025 Montana's Brier is presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada.
Pretty lonely out there for Northern Ontario and Alberta. Their only game still on the ice here on this Saturday night. Montana's Brier from Kelowna. And again, as Kathy alluded to, they had a little bit of a power failure, and the power has come back on the scoreboards, but they've elected, because of the time clocks, not knowing the time, they're not playing the time here in this final end. So that ninth was extremely slow. We'll see how it goes here. 7-5, Northern Ontario leads it. And Kevin Cooey once again from the Glencoe Club in Calgary has last rock, has the hammer, playing the Yellowstones.
Oh, good shot.
Yeah, interesting. You can understand playing the ninth without the time clocks because that's what they had discussed before the end had started. But you would think now the officials would just say, hey guys, the time that you have on the clocks is what you have to play.
Yeah, or here's 4 minutes and one timeout, like an extra end. Like this, now they can take forever.
This way. Yeah.
Doesn't really help either team in this situation. The more the ice sits, the more these paths are going to get a little crunchy. Be harder to be precise with the draw weight.
This side.
I want to say
Top 8.
Line's good.
8.
Playing a freeze down to the Shot Rock early?
Yes.
8.
Heavy right now, but it should be able to get at the dig here.
Go past it.
Yeah,
Yep.
still 8. Not 8, 9.
Off. Yep.
8,
Whoa,
8,
off,
8, 9.
Off. Got to stop. Does not need a crew.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Sit.
And they'll just slide on by and take it to the back edge of the 4.
Can you
Just tap it through? I think just tap it through, eh?
Overburied behind a rock, top 4 foot.
With the guard.
And it's still in the 4.
I think you need to do this.
Or you want to try and tap it out?
Yeah, I was thinking just through.
Okay.
It's going to be hard to freeze there, I think. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't freeze because of that long yellow.
Whoa.
Yep. Whoa. Just
Yep.
through.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Go to the hack.
Yep.
Tanner Horgan,
Heavy.
Whoa. Straight.
little brother Jacob, and Ian McMillan. And got it. Wow.
Oh, no kidding.
Didn't think it was possible to sneak it.
That went through both those guards.
No one knows it.
Look at this go sideways.
That was wide
Almost,
the whole
wow.
way.
Rex on that one top 4.
How could it possibly hit that top 4 when it nearly did?
And it almost got to the nose.
Yeah.
Yes! Whoa!
Oh, brilliant.
Tyler Tardy.
Does that change things? Now every rock that's out there can help Cooey score a multiple score here. And Epping can't do anything about it, really. He can't start peeling now.
Whoa, whoa, easy, easy.
Weight's pretty good.
Line's good, yep. Whoa, talk to me.
Gotta go a bit. Weight's close. Gotta go a bit.
No,
Weight's
weight's
good.
Down. We got a curl.
Okay.
Whoa, it looks heavy.
It's not a whole
Whoa,
lot.
whoa, easy.
Okay.
Easy.
We're top 8. Top 8.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Line's
Just
good.
fighting
Whoa,
for.
Yeah, a little heavy. A little heavy. A little heavy.
No. That's a great spot.
John was afraid to call the carve because of the conditions and have that thing take off.
Joe, some people may have thought, no, they went behind the guard, but would you, would you? Also, maybe you just played a straight guard on that shot, Ron.
Yep, you could have.
Aaron Zlachinsky.
Pretty good. 5-6.
Hey, line's good.
It's pretty good play by Epping, I think,
Yeah.
because if this is fully buried, it shouldn't be closer than the rock that was just thrown, and it's buried.
8.
Off. 8. Stay with it, Tyler.
Eight.
But
Any misplacement of a guard on that center line would have left an opportunity for Cooey to make a hit and roll. They had corners on both sides. Oh, this is not what they wanted.
No.
It's just so interesting. The draw around the off-center guard, 14-7. So the speed just deceptively holding up.
Yeah.
Even though
crazy there.
what looks a little heavy is stopping, there's getting more curl at the end. It's just still gliding.
I would just hate to stagger them, and then he.
Like chasing the tight guard.
I would just hate to stagger them, and then he makes the roll behind there.
if you stick it in, it'll be like dumb.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you like a split? Do you like a split the house here?
Yeah. Okay.
You got to even them up. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you can't be deep.
Can't
Because
be
then
deep,
he
nope.
freezes, he's got these in-offs.
I don't
Or maybe
love,
maybe we just
Or maybe
make that
we just
I
then.
don't
go
love
here.
playing around.
You don't like around
You either
here?
go there
Okay.
then, I guess. You want to be just a little open?
It's a little tricky, isn't it, actually, to place that there? Yeah.
Well, if we're a little
And we
open,
know
we're
that.
kind of leaving him like a hit and flop on fall.
Well, I'm
no,
not
yeah,
worried
it's
about
true.
that.
Eh?
Well,
About the freeze?
I don't hate that.
like if
Yeah,
we're a
maybe
little open, like
yeah.
it's
Maybe that's
moved it, like,
maybe
better,
that is
that
the
would
right
be
call
great.
then. Yeah.
just
So how do
double
we just...
down here.
Yeah, I don't love peeling the corner.
Can't peel now.
No.
You know what? Maybe that's the right call. Probably line them up.
If you ever thought you could
You're
make
not wrong, though,
the
Tanner.
left yellow and
Yeah, that's
the
all.
closest
You're not
yellow, the
wrong,
double
that's
peel,
not great.
rolled away, that would be
Double's nice.
The nice thing is we just played that.
perfect, because then the long guard's
You're gonna
useless.
chase this
But
with board.
that's a
You
tough
can't
shot.
Really take it into the rings, can you?
Yeah.
It's so late.
And
though.
both guards are pretty unusable for them.
Yeah, but if you tick the front and you roll kind of into here.
Yeah,
Or if
then,
you ticked him
then we're
in.
dead. This is a good setup. Don't screw it up. I like
I like
think we-
throwing another one in there.
I don't hate your call here.
Yeah, you know that Cooey's
Just
coming
sucks
around
if
those
he gets
corners,
here
so
and
you
you
kind of have to do something
we're
if you're
kinda giving
epping.
Yes.
I think that's your shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
Or you
either
play it wide.
drawing again like they just did, tap it a foot,
Same
Okay.
card.
Well, let's play
or choke
this.
off those the double corners on the right-hand
Yeah,
side.
they could go on the same line as they just threw and sit 3 that way, knowing that Cooey would be 4th shot coming around the corners. Both shots are extremely precise, but I think playing the one that you've just seen is a little more appealing for Northern Ontario.
Right on the nose.
Good dig.
Little tighter line. It's got to go line.
Just down to that stone behind the,
Got to really go
the guard.
line.
Hard. Head down. Can't hurt it. Can't hurt it. Hard.
Jacob
Line's
Horgan.
good.
Hard.
Big brother Tanner. Ian McMillan on the carry here.
Hard.
Stay on it. Hard. Stay on it. Go, go,
What'd you
go,
watch
go,
say?
go, go.
15-8.
Wow. Okay.
That's the difference that brushing will make.
Well, and Tanner
I guess we-
Horgan skipped for so long, and
so impressive.
The switch for him to go to front end and his brother to step up to third based a lot on his brushing ability.
Yeah, John says they were hiding their best sweeper at skip.
So
I
powerful.
don't like the run. Hit and roll looks pretty nice. Yeah, hit and roll. Hit and roll's fine. Hit and roll or...
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Second one?
Like the back one.
Or the back one,
yeah. Yeah, you make precise shots if you make that. Hit and roll is all I really see.
What if we rolled to the middle off the second one? The second one's the one killing us.
Yeah, the only other thing I can see is something like that.
Yeah, it's a complete guess.
Total guess.
Would we?
Okay.
We can go down. Then,
Yeah, even if you get it for not shot.
We got time. I don't like leaving ours wide open.
Would we ever
need to
roll
score.
to the middle and it's a skipper's deuce? Like just.
What's
You
that?
don't like what?
Do we ever roll to the middle off the 5? This is still hooked.
No, I don't see anything.
But then you'll have to make her get
anything
it.
other than hit and roll. It makes our scoring area bigger, but we only have 2 rocks left then.
We can be shot though. Hey, if we make
Well,
that.
you don't have to be shot here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you
Okay.
make this, that's all I see. You still have a shot at 3. That's all I see.
Pick your weight. 11.
Or there's that.
With the way it's curling, I think you could be above the tee line top 4, slightly at least half buried around the rock that's top 8 foot. You could even just go and draw there to be second shot,
Yeah,
force Epping to chase, make
Around
it a
it.
wreck on the guard.
Around the middle red?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like split the tee line, you might even be buried with what we're seeing. Just playing the hit and roll here. Doesn't have to sit shot here.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Aaron
Whoa,
Zaczynski.
Tyler.
11.
Whoa, Tyler. Curl a mile.
12 out or
Skipped
11
Alberta
out,
last
straight,
year at the
straight.
Brier
Going the other way.
in Regina.
Whoa. Straight.
Tardy.
Hard.
Go, 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 go.
Will spill away.
Okay, good shot. Where Broom's down. Just chase that. Where's John?
We've lost John Epping.
Okay.
That's they can dig that out of there. There's a lot of room past those 2 guards, whether they want to
We're
or
really
not.
milking this one, aren't we?
Well, and what they're talking about is without the time clocks last end, it was excessively slow. This end, same thing.
Chase it.
What do you think? Yeah.
Kind of wait.
Roll a rock.
Control-ish.
Sure.
I like control. You like control?
Heard this. Yep. I agree.
You like control here?
Yeah. Like control.
Let me get a little more, Jake.
Yeah, I like that.
More, Jake.
Yeah, the softer the weight here, the farther you stay away from those 2 yellow. Just like even a hack weight, assuming you think the ice is holding up, and it looks like it is.
Whoa. Whoa, clean.
We saw John's numbers. A lot of those was really based on playing those really big angle shots that are either 0 or 4.
Well done to avoid the jam.
Okay, you got an extra end at least. All right. Need to remove that. Anything else. Need to remove it.
Really?
Even if we get around, I'd
So
be
what
worried
does this
about
tell you?
overbearing.
If you're going to go wide out, turn Joe.
So that's going to be a wild guess on speed. Just based on our sheet, seeing the hits late in the game, how the weight came off of those. We'll see what their hypothesis is here.
I think he feels he
think the
can't
speed will be
fully
similar
bury
to
with the in-turn.
Yeah.
He could certainly get close to your point.
He played a similar
think we're getting a whole
shot
lot of
in
frost
6
here.
in this path.
On the pebble anyway.
This will, if he somehow gets the ice right.
It will warp.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
There's no more ice to give him.
one that we thought
Look at
was
this.
a little heavy
Yeah,
last
and
time.
yeah, and it ended up. I think that'll be similar.
Yeah, you can be back 4.
Wow.
So Whited is out there too.
Room on the bumper.
Just got to keep the brooms down unless they're
Yeah, I
absolutely
bet they're-
positive it's heavy.
Yeah, at least.
7-8.
Okay, clean. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Here we go.
Hard line.
Listen to
Hard.
Carrick Martin. Tyler Tardy, and
just got
it just
gobbled up.
Yeah.
There's no triple there.
I guess I lose that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Stay here more.
We can play the yellow somehow save the 2, but you won't eliminate the 3 red.
Yeah.
If the yellow curled just
More, yeah, we should have got it.
You heard them say they kind of gave up on the yellow. If the yellow was 2 inches over, curled more, there might have been a raised triple.
Not really close.
John will just put this in the rings to be safe.
Okay, line's good.
Yeah, definitely light.
Go then. Come on.
Gotta go. Come on. Dig deep.
Come on.
Yep. Come on.
Come on.
Oh, this is work.
Yep.
Come on.
And great job.
Sweet. Good.
To sit the 4.
No matter what turn.
Out turn. Hair low.
Yellow onto inside of the
Shot of the
yellow,
week.
top 12.
I see the
Shot of the
triple. I
week.
don't see the quad.
Yeah.
Do you?
No.
Hair low real hard.
Yeah, hair low.
I don't think it'll curl, eh?
No. Mine didn't.
I don't think it'll.
This will not be hack weight.
Final stone.
Yep. Hard,
Kevin Cooey.
hard.
Bang. And no.
Game John. Good luck.
And it'll be 2 more for Northern Ontario and Epping.
Good luck.
And they will start it off with 2 straight wins. 9-5 is your final. And Cooey will lose his first 2. And it was all about a rebound from last year when they went 2-6. Losing his first 2 now. So top of the table, you've got Gushue, Dunstone, Carruthers, and Epping. And at the bottom there, you've got Cooey, Jong, and DeLillo. Kathy and Brian will be back with you tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time as we begin 3 draws a day. And it'll be last year's runner-up, Mike McEwen, against Owen Purcell from Halifax, both of them with opening draw wins earlier today. Brad Gushue picks up a 2nd straight win with a win over BC, and so far their game has been on the nose. Perfect so far. Until we talk with you again tomorrow with Kathy and Brian. Thank you for joining us. Montana's Brier is on Canada's sports leader TSN. Sports Center is next.